Hello and welcome back to the Exponential. My name is R Squared, and welcome to Monday Night Football for the Tush Push Tussle. We got the Philadelphia Eagles, or more commonly known as the Philadelphia Eagles, over in Philadelphia, and we got the Green Bay Packers. Micah Parsons up against an old foe in the Eagles. Played him twice a year back in Dallas. Now he's only playing him at least once a year. At least it seems like that. These two teams have been on a crash course for a while. So they're going at it today. They want Micah Parsons wants to go for it. I expect him to have a decent game actually. As an edge rusher, he's going on for it tonight. I think he's got a lot to play for you. After earlier in the week, I don't want to get his name wrong. I believe it's Marshawn Nealon. Marshawn Nealon passed away last week, so he's got something to play for the Packers tonight. But on the other side of the football, Eagles edge rusher Jalen Phillips. That's my guy. I'm so happy for him, honestly. Phenomenal player. He's got so much raw talent. That just wasn't going to be unlocked in Miami. So happy that he got traded to Philadelphia. I mean, honestly, I'm looking forward to watching this game for him. I'm going to be shouting his name out all day. Looking forward to watching him out there for the Philadelphia Eagles. Other names that could be interesting tonight, of course, Saquon Barkley, looking to have a big day, but he's up against the NFL's second-best defense in the running game, and that's the Packers defense. They have the second-best rushing defense in the NFL to the New England Patriots. The Packers get back a big, deep weapon. They got Christian Watson back for this one. So that is absolutely huge because things were looking bad in Green Bay after they lost Tucker Kraft to an injury last week, and they weren't sure who Jordan Love was going to throw to. I mean, he's been incredibly accurate. He got a 71% completion percentage on the year, which is a career best for him, but it might be stuck because all they had, we thought, coming into the game was going to be Romeo Doubs, Malik Heath, and Tavian Wicks. But getting Christian Watson back, absolutely massive. And not to mention, we might get to see Luke Musgrave's key first breakout game. Luke Musgrave's breakout game for the Packers. I mean, as good a chance as any. Loved him in college at Oregon State, so it'll be really interesting to see if Luke Musgrave breaks out today for the Green Bay Packers. Other side of the football. Eagles, I've already mentioned, Saquon Barkley. They're without center Cam Jurgens today. The assumed starter in his place is Brett Toth. He's in his sixth season out of Army, the former Arizona Cardinals player there. And, of course, he's an Army man. So it'll be interesting to see how the big guy does at the center position snapping for the Eagles. So be watching for the snap exchange. I would watch out for personally Micah Parsons shifting inwards a bit because that's an interesting matchup there. If Parsons can get on the one-on-one with Brett Toth on the inside, we may see a bit of trouble for Jalen Hurts and the Eagles offense. So Jalen Phillips, obviously, that's the name I expect to be calling a lot today. Micah Parsons on the other side as well. I think it's going to be a game about pressure. I thought 27-17 was a little optimistic as far as points go because neither of these two teams have been particularly decent at scoring. I mean, the Packers have been okay. It feels like they've been better during the night games. They scored 27 on the Commanders, which we were there for. And, of course, they scored 35 on the Steelers a couple weeks back, also there for. So it's definitely interesting to see if the Packers can manage to put on some more points or if they'll stall out like they did last week against Carolina. And there is some things that need to have been changed after that one. Terrible game there. Another terrible game they had against the Browns. I mean, they've had bad games against bad teams and good games against good teams, but this is a good team they're playing here in Philadelphia, no doubt about it. So we'll see if which Green Bay offense we're necessarily getting in this one. As for the Eagles, they've been pretty consistent scoring-wise. The Eagles have not had a game under 17 points this season. They've scored consistently more than 17 points, so I expected them to hit that pretty cleanly. But the concerning part about that is they haven't capped 35. or actually, sorry, they haven't capped 38. They got 38 against the Giants. They haven't capped 38 yet. So they haven't been exceptional as far as blowing out teams necessarily, but they've been doing whatever it takes to win the football game. And we're going to need to see a bit of that today because I got a feeling it's going to be a bit of a dogfight between the Packers and the Eagles. I'm expecting a really good game, not necessarily a high scoring one. But I think the Eagles got it. I'm taking Philadelphia. Got my early projection up there, 27-17. A little optimistic on my part as far as scoring again. But I do think the Eagles are going to pull away with this one way or another. And Packers, they've had too much luck this year. They're 2-0 on games we've commentated on. Eagles need to take them off their throne there. At the end of the year, I might give out awards or something for the team that wins the most games that I commentated on. I can't have it be the Packers, surely. Surely not. So the Eagles are taking over. Next week, we might also have the Eagles, if I was here. Sorry, forget it. Not doing that. Not Eagles-Lions. It will be a good game, though. I'll be watching it anyway, probably. Actually, probably not, but forgot it. Just delete the last 30 seconds. Yeah, so the Eagles next week, they have a tough matchup against the Lions on Sunday Night Football, which should be a very fascinating matchup there. But staying in the present, Eagles, Packers. We're a few minutes from kickoff from the historic Lambeau Field. It's a little chilly. It's a little chilly here in Wisconsin. 33 degrees. And I'm not sure about the weather. We might have a little bit of flurries, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna check right now. Green Bay. Nah, we got 30 degrees, no rain. Just really cold. We got the cold weather. Nick Sirianni bringing out his signature beanie, and Matt LaFleur looking like he's built for this weather because he kind of is. He's been coaching in it long enough that he's probably used to it by now. Fleur's in his 7th season as the Packers coach, and Sirianni's in his 5th season as the Eagles coach. That comes with 2 Super Bowl appearances and, of course, as the reigning Super Bowl champion. The Eagles, they're wearing their black pants today, just like they did when these two teams met last year in Sao Paulo, Brazil. And Jake Elliott's going to kick this one off to Savion Williams. Williams is going to get a decent return, and he's going to get out to about the 38 or 39-yard line. So a nice return to open up this game for Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers offense. Jordan Love, he's top 7 in the NFL in passing yards per game, and he's got a 71% completion percentage for this Packers offense. He's having a career year, as most Packers quarterbacks do at the age of 27. I'm sure you've heard the story about how every Packers quarterback that's won a Super Bowl, I don't know, the last four Packers quarterbacks really have been the ones that have won a Super Bowl at age 27. That was quick. Love's going to start under center. Josh Jacobs is the running back, and Christian Watson's in motion. Handoff Jacobs. Josh Jacobs with a nice little surge there. He's going to get 4 yards before he's taken down by Zach Bond. Zach Bond had a crazy year last year, one of the best. So it'll be really interesting to see how he impacts the game today. Packers offense, play caller Matt LaFleur, offensive coordinator, of course, hasn't changed in quite a while. Adam Stenovich. And the Packers offensive line, they got Rasheed Walker, Aaron Banks, Elton Jenkins, Jordan Morgan, Zach Tom. Of course, running back Josh Jacobs, wide receivers Dobbs, Watson, and Wicks. Love looks to throw, and he'll hit the running back, Josh Jacobs, and Jacobs with a nice little stiff arm. He's going to get around the edge and 6 yards and a first down. So Josh Jacobs is going to pick up the first. Position to watch for the Packers, of course, Luke Musgrave, the tight end, taking over for the injured Tucker Kraft, who's possibly out for the year. Meanwhile, the Eagles, they're with Vic Fangio, and Vic Fangio's got a new guy on his squad. That's Jalen Phillips, his former player. Phillips rejoined with his former coordinator in Miami, and he seems like he's looking forward to his debut here in Philadelphia. Love's under center again. Jacobs is the running back. Play clock's at 1. He'll get the snap off, hands it off to Jacobs, who's going to get 2 or 3. See, other members of this Eagles defense, we got Moro Ojomo on that left end, Jordan Davis, the nose tackle, Jalen Carter, the right defensive end. Then we got our linebackers, of course, edge rusher Jalen Phillips, and then backers Zach Bond, Nakobe Dean, Nolan Smith Jr. Secondary, we got Adoree Jackson, Reed Blankenship, Andrew Makuba, Quinyanamo Island, that's his nickname, right? Quinyon Mitchell, and Cooper DeJean. 2nd and 7. Jordan Love's in shotgun this time. And this is a little bit of eye candy here, but he hands it off to Josh Jacobs, who gets about another 4 or 5, which will bring him to 3rd and short. It'll be 3rd and 3 for the Packers. Per ESPN Analytics, the Packers' offensive line has a 68% pass block win rate, which is 7th in the NFL, which really is true. They've given Jordan Love plenty of time. He's had tons of time to be able to complete passes, even though he hasn't necessarily had people open. Musgrave in motion. It's another handoff to Josh Jacobs, who's going to get the first down. Looked like he might have been hit by Jalen Carter for a second, but he recovers to get the first down. So the Packers move the sticks yet again. Oh, never mind. They're calling him a yard short. Love's under center. They're going with their own tush push, and that's an easy first down. He got 2, maybe 3 yards. It was a hurry up. Eagles weren't quite ready for it, so first down Packers nonetheless. That was just a little mini tush push, giving them a bit of their own medicine there. They just charge right into the pile. May have been a little bit of early motion there, but looked fine. Nah, it was fine. Jeez. Am I the only person doing this game? 1st and 10. Love handoff Jacobs. Again, he's going to get 1 or 2. Packers have already used up 4 minutes off this early game here. They have 10:55 to go here in the first quarter. And Jacobs is going to jog off the field for the first time today, which means we may get to see Emmanuel Wilson or Chris Brooks. Through week 9, the Packers have run the ball 43% of the time, which is the 6th highest in the NFL. For a good reason, they got a really good running back out there. Packers have only thrown 1 pass so far, and that was the dump off to Jacobs. Love to throw this time. He's under pressure, and he will be sacked. And a big play by the Big Eagles D lineman. I don't know who that was. I don't know the numbers. First time being on the Eagles for me. That is number 58. Jalix Hunt. I wouldn't have known that one anyway. But really good pressure there by 50. Who dat? Jalen Phillips, he's wearing the number 50. He's already making a difference for the Eagles as he got the initial pressure on Jordan Love, and Jalix Hunt finishes the job. He's wearing number 50. Oh, I'm going to miss him number 15. Love to throw. He looks so much bigger in the 50. Love throws really deep, and Christian Watson had to play a little defense. Quinyon Mitchell had the better angle, 4th and 20. So the Packers are punting it away. Ooh, exciting opening drive. Oh, that's not good. Quinyon Mitchell is down with an injury. He was fine a second ago. He looks like he might have tweaked something walking off. It doesn't look good. Get you an update as soon as we can on Quinyon, young cornerback for the Eagles. He was a 22nd overall pick in the 2024 NFL draft, and he was an immediate sensation for this Eagles defense. Let's see just what happened here. He came back up. So he lunges for the ball. It's taken down. He looks okay. Nothing particularly painful looking happened there. Maybe his right arm. Can he walk? Yeah, he's going to walk off the field on his own power. So Quinyon Mitchell is okay. We'll get an injury update on him momentarily. How's it going? Happy Dolphins? Absolutely. I'm having a good season's a success. Don't even care. We beat the Bills. It's good enough. It's better than most teams can say. I'm good. Yeah, no, I'm happy. McDaniel saved his job just with that, to be honest. I'm glad Greer's gone. I'm glad we got to that point. He needed to go, but McDaniel, I'm glad he's safe. But Quinyon Mitchell went down with injury there. Jalen Phillips is number 50 in this game, number 50, not number 15. So he was on the early pressure, and then Jylix Hunt had the sack. And Quinyon Mitchell just went down with an injury for the Eagles. Just a little bit of a recap there. Packers, they ran the ball a lot on that first drive. 9 times, I believe, they ran the ball. 9 times. They only passed the ball 3. It was 1 incompletion, 1 completed pass. It was a little dump off to Jacobs, which went for about 7 yards and a first down. And then there was the sack by Jylix Hunt. Yeah. Should be a good one. It's already off to an exciting start. Got to see my guy Jalen Phillips. Wish nothing but the best for him. I'm going to be rooting for him for a long time. He's Miami born and raised, man. That guy. He came from here. He came from Miami. I don't care. He went to college at Miami. He played in Miami. He's Miami through and through. Even though now he's an Eagle, obviously happy that he's in Philadelphia. He's in a great situation. Absolutely love him there. But that's my guy, Still forever a Dolphin there, forever Miami. Not really. Argument could be made. No, not really. So Quinyon Mitchell is in the blue medical tent. And the Packers and Dylan Whelan, feel like I said that guy's name a lot in these 3 Packers games that we've commentated. Daniel Whelan, I still didn't get his name right. It's a bad look for me. So Whelan will punt this one off, and it'll be fair caught at the 8-yard line by that guy. It's better to say no name than to say the wrong name. So out comes Jalen Hurts, who's on a heater. He really is. 7 passing touchdowns to 0 interceptions in the last 2 games. He's been on fire. My chat keeps disconnecting. So if I don't see your message immediately, that's why it's not connecting for some reason. It keeps saying chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. Might be an internet thing for me. I don't know. So that's why I might be responding later than usual. 1st and 10 from their own 9-yard line. See how this one goes. This thing's slow too. I think I am having internet issues. And hand off to the electric Saquon Barkley. And Barkley's going to get 3 or 4 yards. Bring up 2nd and 7. Yeah, it's just moving slowly. I got bad internet. Percentage of plays under center for the Eagles. First 6 games, they were only 16%. But in the last 2, they were 41 and 38% respectively. This is the highest 2 of Hurts' career. So Nick Sirianni, he's changing things up a bit along with Kevin Patullo in his first season as the Eagles offensive coordinator. So they're learning a bit. They're growing as an offense to hopefully boost them up from this middle range that they've been stuck in for the majority of the year. Very middling team, but they're still 6-2. Hurts to throw here. He's going to hit A.J. Brown on a little comebacks. Yeah, we'll say that's the terminology. 6 yards there, so it'll bring up 3rd and 1. We may be seeing the tush push here, everyone. 3rd and 1 from your own 8 or 12. And they are the tush push versus the anti-tush pushers. Oh, and that was really easy for the Eagles as Jalen Hurts didn't even follow the pile. He just went around. I was a little. You saw the Packers all huddling, stop one spot, and Hurts just sneaks around. Yeah, he just went right around the pile. That was a 7-yard run. Wow, 8-yard run. Shoveled a Saquon Barkley. He's gonna get 2 yards. This is not working over here. So yeah, I am having some internet issues. Let me know if I ever cut out or having any issues with the live stream other than my chat cutting out every so often. Because this thing ain't working. I got my computer over here. Other computer is not. It's not totally operating. There was a little bit of a false start on that play, by the way. It wasn't called. I did notice it, but I was like, whatever. But the commentators over on ESPN were less gracious. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, they're like, hey, that's a false start. Jalen Hurts under center, handoff Saquon. Saquon's got a hole and a big run from Barkley to the 40. And Barkley, he looked a little ginger there, if I'm being honest, at the end. He fell kind of awkwardly, but really good cut by Saquon Barkley. Had a lot of open space. Really good cut. He is just one. He's a top 2 running back. And last year, I say top 2, people would be like, what? He is a number 1 running back in the NFL. But at this point, he's number 2. Jonathan Taylor, he's on MVP category level, but Saquon is right up there with him. They're the 2 elite running backs in this league to me. This Tank Bigsby. Bigsby's going to get about 5 yards. This is the running back they acquired from Jacksonville in a trade this offseason. He's traded from the Jags. I just said that. I think it was a good trade, better trade for the Jaguars than the Eagles, honestly. Although the Eagles did need a backup, Jags they have Quinn Allen, Bashal Tune, and Travis Etienne. They have a trifecta of running backs back there. Devonta Smith in motion. Hurts, he's gonna throw, and he overthrows Devonta Smith wisely because that would have gone the other direction if he had been on target. All right, yeah, we're changing the strategy a bit since Gamecast isn't quite operating well. So Carrington Valentine was the corner who would have had a pick say. I mean, it would have been handed to him if Hurts hadn't overthrown that. So Eagles fans, be happy with that one. Could have been 6 for the other team. The Eagles this season, they're 33% third down conversion rate. That's 30th in the NFL, and that's a big reason why the Eagles have really struggled this season on offense as far compared to past years. There was a flag before the play, which is why I kept talking, really. And it looks like it's going to be on Micah Parsons. But let's see what our referee Clay Martin has to say. Never mind. They just like showing Micah Parsons, really. He wasn't even close to being the one penalized. They just like showing him. It was on Jordan Mailata of the Packers of the Eagles. Oh, no, I think that was the wrong call. It was 63. It wasn't on Mailata. It was 63 or 65 on the other side. I don't think that was Mailata there. 3rd and 10 now. So the Eagles, big penalty early. Might keep them from getting their offense going a bit. Packers scrambling their coverage back there. Hurts under a lot of pressure from Parsons. Rolls to his right. It's a foot race. Throws on the run. Cut and first down. Will Shipley. Credit to Jalen Hurts on the improvise to get the first down for Philadelphia. Micah Parsons just came right through one of the best offensive lines in football. And Hurts, great job on the improvisation, rolling to his right and delivering on the run. Yeah, I mean, it was clean. Whew. Good throw as well. How you feeling about this game and how you think it will turn out after a couple of drives? Initial feeling, I'll say it after this play. And then it'll get a really good feeling. Hurts under center. Brown in motion. Play clock's at 3. Hurts, handoff to Barkley. Saquon Barkley is going to get 3 or 4 yards before he's dragged back down by Quay Walker. So initial thoughts. This is the first drive for the Eagles. The Packers are trying to run the ball like normal, honestly. They're trying to ground it out. Fred Johnson. Why is he in the game? Click. He's the backup for Jordan Mailata. He was in the game for a moment there. Interesting. Jumbo personnel. That's why. They've run jumbo personnel a lot these last 2 weeks, 19 times compared to the 2 previously. Barkley's going to run to the outside. He's not going anywhere. He gets 2 yards, and then he's forced back. So the Eagles and the Packers have come in with very different mindsets. The Packers are trying to win this game in the trenches. They're trying to run the ball well and stop the run. The Eagles, on the other hand, they've been a little more willing to pass the ball. And we're seeing a bit of jumbo personnel, a lot of under center play action. They want to get the play action game going. So Barkley's coming off the field here. So the Eagles, they want to get the run established just enough to get the play action game running for Kevin Patillo's offense. And Hurts will be in shotgun here. Play clock's at 1. He'll get the snap off. Hurts throws over the middle. He's wide open. It's Devonta Smith. Well, not wide open. He was in the zone. So the Eagles will convert again. Second, third down. Second conversion. How do you think it will turn out? After a couple drives, to me, the way the Packers have come out playing isn't sustainable to run the ball down the Eagles. Parsons blows past Mailata, and Hurts on the run again delivers to A.J. Brown. So Jalen Hurts is doing what he does best right now, and that's rolling out of the pocket and delivering total strikes through the zone. So Parsons is bringing pressure, and Hurts is just dealing with it. Anyway, don't think the Packers have a sustainable form of offense right now just by running the ball. Eagles, I'm a lot more confident in them right now, but we'll see how it does turn out in a couple of drives. Hand off to Will Shipley. Will Shipley's got an extra push, and he'll come close to the first down depending on the spot. And it looks like they're going to give him the first down. His current drive for the Eagles, 13 plays, 65 yards. I don't think they've stopped the clock once. 7 minutes and 25 seconds just right now. And they are rolling this clock out. If this game keeps going, each team's only going to have 4 possessions and the game's going to be over. Hurts is under center. Packers this year in the first quarter, they've only allowed 6 points, only team under 23. So they've had an incredible first quarter defense, and it might continue here. Hurts goes naked bootleg. He rolls left, then back right. He's got no one open. He's improvising. He's going to throw it out of bounds. So they got him on the play action. There was just no one open downfield. Really nice job by the Packers secondary, forcing him to throw this one away. Yeah, you see Smith's just really well covered there. Then underneath, yeah, he's got him there as well. And up at the top of your screen, he slips. And so he slips down. I think that was Darius Cooper. I'm entirely certain, though. Yeah, it was Darius Cooper. He slipped on his route, leaving Hurts with only 2 places to throw. Smith in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Barkley. He's not going much of anywhere. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8. I'm a little tongue twisted today. It's okay because Peter Piper had a nope, I didn't even say it right. That would have been cool if I did. Peter Piper packed a pickle peppers. I know how to do this, trust me. 3rd and 8. It's Jeff Hafley, the defensive coordinator for the Packers. He's been phenomenal for Green Bay over the last couple of years after replacing Matt Berry, was it? I don't remember. He's a thing of the past. Play clock was running down. Hurts has got the QB draw and the first down, but the ball's out. And it's Packers football. It's a foot race, and he's pushed out of bounds. As it stands, the Packers have the ball. Jalen Hurts on the QB draw fumbles. He might have been down. We'll see. He looked like he was down to me. but we'll see if he actually did fumble. The refs didn't call it dead. Oh, that is a fumble. This is another look. That's a fumble. It is Packers football. So the Eagles turn it over in the red zone and give the Packers a little bit of life. A little bit of life, honestly. I was a little worried about this coming into the drive because they were loosely, they were running riskier play calls with the passes. They looked like things could have gone wrong a lot of times, and something finally did go wrong for the Eagles. So two very different approaches, like I was saying. I didn't quite may have forgotten to mention the more aggressive approach of the Eagles. I don't actually remember what I said 5 minutes ago because that's life. But with the Eagles, they're running a more aggressive scheme, and with aggressiveness comes turnovers, and that's something the Eagles have been pretty good with this year. But it's definitely interesting. They've come out swinging against a really good Packers defense, and it was working for a little bit, but nice job by the Packers, never giving up on the play and forcing fumbles. That reminds me exactly of what the Dolphins defense did against Buffalo this week. Absolutely bullied them. If you were watching the game, you would have thought it wasn't the Bills. The Dolphins, they didn't give up on the play. Not once. Both of the turnovers, I don't remember. The turnovers that happened were because they didn't give up on the play. The fumble, especially on the sneak underneath from Allen, he just kept going. And Jordan Brooks just comes in there. He's not done with the play. He says, "I'm not done." And he just punches the ball right out, even though Josh Allen is headed to the ground. Anyway. Good start to the game. A bit of offense, bit of defense. Love to see it. Bit of offense, bit of defense. No internet. So the Packers, they're marking them at the Philadephia. We checked 36, I think. It's really small. So I could zoom in. I'm too old for this. Take off my glasses. 35. Yeah, I believe that's the 36. 14, 22. Yeah, 36-yard line. I did it. The 36-yard line, their own 36, is where they'll be taking over after the fumble. Monday Night Football crew veterans. Salute to all those guys. I don't actually feel like I probably do know some veterans. I don't know. Interesting. All right. Never thought about that before. 1st and 10 hand. Oh, there was a fumble on the snap. It was a poor exchange, and it looks like Love is going to get back on top of it. Oof. So almost some drama there. Let's see what happened. It looks like there was a bit of a miscommunication. I think there was a miscommunication between him and Jacobs because Love was like, "Josh, take the ball." And it didn't look like Jacobs was completely on board with taking the ball. He was obviously on a blocking assignment. Maybe it was a run pass option, but it's hard to tell. Malik Heath in motion. Love to throw. And it's batted down. And a nice play by Jalen Carter. He is popular in Philadelphia because he's huge. He's massive. Big number 98. I mean, throws up an arm. Like, it's crazy that there's a guy with his size that can jump that high and just get a full hand on the ball. Like, he could have taken that the other way if he had that eye coordination, just claps it. Like, he had the height. I got to be a little more careful throwing towards that guy if you're Jordan Love. 3rd and a mile now. Play clock is at 2. 1, they'll get the snap off. Big pressure coming up the middle. Love rolls to his right. He's got a blocker. He's hit hard. He's going to come out a yard shy of the first down. It'll be 4th and 1 when we come back for the second quarter. First quarter, we've only seen 2 complete drives. The Eagles got close, but the Packers forced a takeaway. And now the Packers have the football, but 4th and 1 when we come back in the second quarter. All right, let's talk more about the Dolphins and the Bills. Crazy game. If you didn't watch it, go watch it on replay. I have not seen the Bills get smoked like that in a long time by any team. They struggled massively. Like, they just couldn't run the football. Like, they have the best rushing offense in the NFL, taking on one of the worst rushing defenses in the NFL, who, by the way, are now like meh, which is ridiculous. How we went from worst rushing defense by a lot, and at this point, after the last few weeks since Atlanta, we've gone from like really, really bad to we're 19th. Like, it's decent. It actually got so bad yesterday in Miami that today at Orchard Park, Sean McDermott had to express his confidence in offensive coordinator Joe Brady and his staff after the loss to Miami. I mean, wow. They were humbled. And even just reading the articles that Elena Getzenberg has written about them over on ESPN, they've been having issues. Just no one's exposed them as much as the Dolphins did this Sunday. So it definitely pops up some issues on the Bills. Josh Allen's time to throw was 3.53 seconds against the Dolphins. That was his most in a game since week 15 of 2018. I was right. 3 turnovers, an interception, and a fumble from Josh Allen. There was one other turnover in the game. Wow. Yeah, there's definitely a bit of trouble in Western New York because, wow. I've never seen the Dolphins beat the Bills like that in my life, at least. Not since Allen. Well, before that, yeah, we beat them all the time. Just pointing out, he was short, but not by much. It's like an inch. And the Packers, 4th and 3 or less, go or punt. ESPN Analytics says go for it. In a game against the Eagles, when they're making 4th and 1s, you got to make your 4th and 1s too. Packers have already gone for it on 4th and 1 on the first drive of the day. They succeeded then. We'll see if it's something similar here. A motion over on lineman and Musgrave. And Love takes it himself and easily gets the first down. There's a flag, and the Eagles know it's on Green Bay. It's a false start on the Packers. So Green Bay is going to pump this one away. Those are the kind of mistakes that you're going to remember in tape. Absolutely. That is 100% a false start. Matt LaFleur knows it. He's unhappy with that one. Shooting yourselves in the foot. You got to eliminate the mistakes if you want to win a game like this one against Philadelphia. Our officiating crew for today, Greg Wilson, Clay Martin, Stephen Woods, Jared Phillips, Dave Hankshaw, Alonzo Ramsey III, and Brian Perry. Clay Martin, of course, is the head referee for this one. So 4th and 6 now. So the Eagles will punt it away. Daniel Wheatland. Suspicious motion. They're still punting. Just see that guy on the third man on the punt squad. He was just motioned from the left to the right. That was suspicious. This is a decent return. He took it out from the 6 and managed to get it all the way back to the 21. So solid return for the Eagles. Gets them not so backed up. And out comes Jalen Hurts in the Eagles offense. Tush push away. Yeah, the miss false start was pretty bad earlier. But interesting. Yeah, we'll see how the officiating keeps up in this game. I will say, in the Dolphins-Bills game, the officiating was an atrocity for both teams. Like, I don't think the refs made a right call. Even for the Bills, I was like, that's not right. It's only like two where it's like, you didn't call that on them, but you called it on us, and then vice versa. It's like these refs are like, are they trying to balance out every mistake they make with another mistake for the other team? I'm like, these guys are just awful. Like even the commentators are like, I don't think that's the right call. I'm like, really? Really now? You don't think it was the right call? I'm pretty sure it wasn't the right call, man. 1st and 10 for the Eagles at their own 21. Handoff Barkley nowhere. They had a little bit of an issue. Jordan Mailata fell down, which created a little bit of blockage. See what happened here exactly. Did Mailata get stepped on? Or he comes inside. He slips. Yeah. Yeah, he's got nowhere to go. He just slips down there. Wow. All right. It's like every time I adjust my shoulders, like hopefully you can't hear it in the microphone because I hear it. 2nd and 13. It's going to be a screen for Barkley, who also slips. Ooh. And the turf. Grass? I'm not sure what they got at Lambeau. It's looking a little slippery out there. Yeah, he just loses his footing. You see the grass come up. Might be worth checking out at halftime. The grass looks atrocious right now. I don't know whether it's turf or grass, but it doesn't look good one way or another. No, let me Google it real quick. Oh, it's not the wrong one. All right. 3rd and 14. Hurts handoff. Will Shipley. Will Shipley's not going to come anywhere near the first down, so the Eagles will punt it away. It'll be like 4th and 5 or 6. No, 4th and 7. Turf or grass at Lambeau Field. Hybrid grass surface. Kentucky bluegrass with synthetic fibers. Okay. That's technically grass. But it's looking a little tough to run on right now, as we've seen more than one player slip and fall early on in this one. So here's Braden Mann punting it off. A lot of pressure on him. But it's a clean punt, and it is a booming punt to the 10. He outkicked his coverage. It doesn't matter much. Dobbs gets to the 22 before he's stopped. So Jordan Love and the Packers offense are back on the field. Coming up next, in the words of Nate Burleson, Jordan Love and the Packers offense coming your way next. Never seen the CBS opening. Oh, that wasn't very good, honestly. Could have been better. Who are the teams that you can trust, if not Bills, Rams, Hawks, Patriots? Patriots are no. Like the Patriots, they're a good team. They have their flaws. I like the Patriots this year, which is kind of wrong to be saying. It tastes wrong in my mouth, but I love Mike Vrabel, and that really balances things out for me. I've been saying it since day one. I love Mike Vrabel. Like, I don't know how many times I've said it live on stream that Mike Vrabel is one of my favorite coaches in NFL history. I love Mike Vrabel. He's so good. But the Seahawks, Darnold hasn't won a playoff game. That's my only thing. Because you might be able to trust him in the regular season, but come postseason, I am not sure I would be betting on them against the likes of the Eagles or anyone like that. However, out of those three, I would say Rams. Matthew Stafford, he's tried and true. He's a good quarterback. He's got great wide receivers and a really good underrated running back and a pretty decent defense as well. The Rams are about as complete as it gets, truly. My standing desk. No, kidding. It's not my standing desk. Actually, wait. Is it my standing desk? No. That's a cooler setup than I have. I want that chair. Yeah, I want all those chairs. Oh yeah, I want those chairs. The chairs are more impressive. I have a desk, fine, whatever. I want those chairs. Yeah, so the Rams out of those three. You don't know if you've heard that before. Yeah, that's the CBS, um, the CBS crew ahead of their 1 o'clock games. They'll make their predictions, and then they'll Boomer's gonna come on. He goes, "All right, everyone, now over to Nate Burleson as we get you over to your game, Nate." That's right, everyone. We're sending you down to your game between the, example, Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. We'll see you out there. That's coming up next. And that's it. Google it. Or don't if it means you have to leave, but maybe do it later. Nate Burleson next call. It's tradition on CBS. Him wearing a pink suit and him going next. Those are the two traditions. Jordan Love, he's 1 for 3 on the night for 6 yards. Handoff Jacobs. Nice run from Josh Jacobs. It gets about 5 yards. 2nd and 5 coming up. It's so weird to be seeing Jalen Phillips in the number 50. Oh. Ooh. So apparently there was a left hand injury to Jordan Love, who's gotten it taped up since then. Looks like a thumb injury. So on his run earlier where he took the big hit, he injured his left hand, but he's still good to go. He's running fine, throwing fine. Jacobs on the shovel. He's got a nice run, and he's going to get about to the 38-yard line and a first down. Nice run there by Josh Jacobs. All right, standing, showing off my standing desk like they were in the commercial. It really is louder than you can notice a difference. It's just more comfortable for me. It's a good run by Josh Jacobs. I like runs to the outside. I really don't know why teams don't do them more. It's like the Dolphins. Like, why do you insist on running down the middle when you don't have a power running back? Yeah, it frustrates me just a bit. Like, you have a running back that excels on the edge and you don't use him. Jacobs, he's going to head up the middle this time, and he'll get 3 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. With Jacobs, I understand more because he's a power running back. With Devon Achane, it's like, I don't know what you're doing. You're trying to run the ball. It's like Devon Achane, quickly, form of 300-pound running back. So like the run, not the thumb injury. Yeah, thumb injury is concerning. That might have been why he messed up the snap, potentially. Who knows? And Tucker Kraft tore his ACL. He's out for the year. That's pretty much what that said. So Musgrave is in for him, and he hasn't made much of an impact yet. But I think he's a good player with the chance to make an impact. So it'll be interesting to see. Jacobs swallowed up in the backfield for a loss. 3rd and 8 for Green Bay. At their own 40-yard line, just over 10 minutes to go here in the first half. $9:55 now. Dontavian Wicks doesn't know where to go. 3rd and 8 now. Packers are 0 for 3 on 3rd down. Wicks in motion. Love throws, and it is caught by Musgrave, but he's going to be short of the first down by 2 yards. It'll be 4th and 2. From about this point on the field on their last drive, ESPN Analytics said go for it less than 3 yards, and the Packers are going for it again. Let's see what ESPN Analytics says this time. Go! ESPN Analytics is turning into very brave. Go. So we'll see. Oh, Emmanuel Wilson. Play clock's at 5, 4, 3. Looks like it's a hard count. Wasn't very successful. And it was going to be a delay of game penalty. I can't hear the hard count, so I really didn't know. It just looked like a bunch of miscommunication. So the Eagles getting off the field, pretty pumped up after keeping the Packers from doing offense pretty much. Eagles have outgained the Packers by 37 yards. And both of the Packers' penalties have come on fourth down. Here's Daniel Whelan. And it is a big punt. Huge punt. Wow. What a punt. All right. That was like a 65, 70-yard punt. ESPN Dan Analytics. Yeah. Speaking of Dan, got a little bit of play calling issues over in the land of Dan. In Dan land. Because this week, Dan Campbell took over offensive play calling from John Morton. He wasn't thrilled with how their offense had been performing, so Dan Campbell took it on himself. He's saying, all right, here we go. I'm going to call the plays. And let's just say it went pretty well. The Lions had their second best offensive game of the year as they beat the Commanders 44-22. It was all Dan. He was just doing Dan things. He had a great game, play calling wise. And that actually prompted a change from the other Dan, as Dan Quinn has taken over defensive play calling duties from his defensive coordinator, Joe Witt Jr., after the Commanders have had an absolute disastrous defense to start the season. So we're going to get to see Dan Quinn calling the plays on defense in Madrid against the Dolphins. Yay! We get to watch Dan Quinn. That'll be interesting. I'm going to be there. I'll be there. I'm excited. I'm finally excited. It took me I've known about it for a year, and it took me an entire year to be excited for it. I'm like, oh, the Dolphins are going to suck. The Dolphins are going to suck. Me over here, I'm like, the Dolphins suck, but it's in Spain, so it's like, on one hand, yeah, but the Commanders are bad too. I actually think we have a chance. And Marcus Mariota's playing. Everyone should know that Marcus Mariota is one of my favorite backup quarterbacks in the league. So, yeah. I'm excited. Marcus Mariota against the Dolphins. Mariota scores. I'm going to be the only Dolphin. Actually, probably that's not true. A lot of Spanish people just probably bought jerseys just for the game. But I may be one of the many Dolphins fans cheering for Mariota when he scores a touchdown. Like, nice, let's go. So be watching. Get up early, watch the game, see if I show up on TV. If I do, I don't know, comment on a post or something. Be like, that's my broadcaster. I don't know. What's up? But at this moment on that day, the Commanders may just suck more. That's what I'm saying. I'm over here like, so you're saying there's a chance? I am. I am saying there's a chance. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to probably do some videos. I may not vlog necessarily, but I'll take pictures, videos of stuff, and then post them. Because why not? Got to do something. Hurts rolls to his right, throws. Oh my goodness, that was a dangerous throw. And Dallas Goedert, he catches it and gets 6 yards. Well, Eagles fans all collectively going, what is he doing? That was really bad. Oh, man. Matt LaFleur, they were showing a play earlier about how LaFleur wasn't happy because Love threw to the wrong guy. But that was more concerning to me. It's like, what are you doing? Hurts steps into one. Another dangerous throw to Dallas Goedert. Goes incomplete this time. 3rd and 2. Sorry, that was loud. 3rd and 2. That was as good of a throw as it gets from Ertz, though. Really accurate throw, just fell incomplete. Good defense by Keeson Nixon. Oh, man. Really? All right. My ESPN app just updated. Like, are you kidding me? Oh, Jalen Hurts threw to his left, gave us all another mini heart attack. Because that could have gone the other way. Eagles are punting. Honestly, good. He just made the 3 riskiest throws of his career. This is Valentine made the stop there. So the Eagles are punting. We're back to defense. And this one of the ball. No, he doesn't. It's like, what are you doing? Eagles fans everywhere, absolutely losing their minds. Braden Mann. Ooh, again, a clean punt, but he's getting pressure on him. It wasn't a good punt. He kind of shanked it a bit. So the Packers will be taking over at their own 41.5, 42-yard line. Still to come, we're talking about Mike McDaniel trolling the Bills Mafia. We got a reaction to Brian Daboll's departure from the Giants. We got more on Madrid. All still to come. We got probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours left. We got time. I don't know why, but I keep finding, like, at the most inopportune times. You ever know, like, you just do this thing in public that just makes people really, like, what is he doing? You know, I do. Oh, man, stop. I just can't watch Chipotle commercials, man. Oh, all right. Anyway. Yeah, you ever do that thing? Like, there's always something that you do in public, and people are just like, what's he doing? Not a lot of people get mine, but the people that do that are like, what are you doing? I just, like, when I'm bored, or like either I'm bored or I'm doing like way too much work somewhere doing something, I'll just start whistling the Death Wolf like whistle from the newest Puss in Boots movie, just because it's so memorable. It's just so creepy, and I don't know why I like doing it, but it's funny. I just like messing with people. Only like some of them get it, but I'm but like just imagine, like there was one time where I was just like, it was like me and one other person in the building, and I was just, and they were just like, I'm like, I'm going, bye. Comes back 2 minutes later just to mess with them. Oh, it's good. The things that boredom can do to you, really. You know, make a YouTube channel. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, 7:25 to go till halftime. 0-0. It's like, as I said, it's a good game. It's just very defensive. I'm not surprised, really, about what I anticipated. You're a Chiefs fan? 7:25 from their own 41-yard line. Jalen Phillips is number 50. Quick throw, and it's broken up by Quinyon Mitchell, who breaks it up with ease. He's back in the game after leaving later. After leaving earlier in the game, but he's back in. I forgot that was a good one. Yeah, I didn't remember what it was from either when I started doing it. And then my camera guy, we were talking, he'll show up more like during the Madrid thing probably, because he'll be cameraing stuff and recording stuff for me. Shovel over to the big man, Chris Brooks, former Miami Dolphin. He gets 4 yards there, brings up 2 yards there. Oh, that was Emmanuel Wilson. Never mind. I take back the chest plant. Jalen Phillips made the tackle. Look at him. He just crosses inside, wraps his big arms around him. You know what? I don't take it back. It's my guy. Miami, born and raised. 3rd and 8. Jordan Love. Under pressure. It's tipped into the air and incomplete. 4th and 8. Big pass batted down there by Campbell. Jahad Campbell. How'd you figure that out? No, I'm kidding. So Jalen Carter actually was the one who batted it down there. And Daniel Whelan's punting it away again. This one's going to be returned to the 26-yard line. You know what? I've been thinking about it. Sorry, man. I gotta just... Yeah, this message. No, this just won't do. Just won't do. Can't be leaking stuff. Can't be leaking stuff like that. Fine. It's like, first my name. No. That commercial's so good. It's so funny. The one with the deer driving the cars and they're just staring at each other because they have their headlights on. It's such a good joke. Yeah, I mean, you can't go leaking my cameraman's name. You might not come back. he might stop doing it. I don't pay him. Don't leak his name. I'm like, what are you doing? It's too bad that I'm like, yeah, it's too bad. Anyway, never mind. Give us. I thought it was 3-5. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, it's 0-0 on this one. I mean, it's a more competitive game, really. I knew Chargers Steelers was going to be a bad game. So I was like, the you know what to do wasn't about picking the games. It was about knowing which one you were going to pick. And everyone, they knew the assignment. It's like all the 10 people were like, I got you. Like, you're doing Eagles Packers. I mean, really, when you think about it, it was the only one that made sense. I have like 4 Eagles fans that watch here, and I, 2 Packers fans, and only 1 Steelers fan. I don't think the Steelers fan really showed up. I know the fandom. I know my fandom. Jalen Hurts, handoff, Barkley. Saquon Barkley, solid run for a gain of 7. Is it bad that I don't remember leaking my cameraman's name? It might have been the cruise ship video. Just the fun one. Yeah, I think Jason said that. Jason, come on, man. Unless you just rewinded it that bit every time just to figure out what his name was. Like, psycho. Handoff Barkley. He's going to get I want to say 7 or 8, but there's a flag. Uh-oh. There's an injured eagle. It's one of their offensive linemen. I'm not actually sure who this is, but it's not ideal. It's Lane Johnson. Oh, no. That is not good. Let's see what happens here. Does he just get... Oh, no. He just gets his leg, like, pushed backwards. It's painful. And Lane Johnson's backup is on injured reserve. There's offsetting penalties on this one. So he's limping off the field. The Eagles' offensive line's getting more and more beaten up by the minute. So it looks like we might see Fred Johnson come into the game, or Matt Pryor maybe. I'm not sure. So Johnson limps into the blue medical tent. That is not a sight you want to see for the Eagles. Not sure who the lineman is. I need a name, y'all. Don't make me look for it myself. Fred Johnson. All right. Thank you. 2019 undrafted free agent out of Florida. So this is going to come down to who gets going first? Probably. And honestly, just based on playing style in general, it's going to be the Eagles. Although they've only have 11 yards in the last two drives. Fumble took away all their momentum. But their defense is playing exceptionally. Devonta Smith in motion. Hurts, hands it off to Barkley again. Barkley's going to get a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Yeah, I don't remember when I added him. Don't tell him. He's appeared in a few videos, though. Like, his voice has shown up. I don't know. I really should have edited those hide-and-seek videos. Or whatever it was on the cruise, the scavenger hunt. I didn't edit them because I was so late on them. So I was just like, whatever. I'm sure I didn't say anything. It was just totally like unedited versions. Hurts under a lot of pressure, throws one up, and there is a flag for some heavy interference, probably just illegal contact or holding maybe. But it's definitely going to give the Eagles a first down. A lot of contact because he closes in, and right there, yeah, you can't do that. He just grabs his right arm, holds him back. It's on Evan Williams, 100% pass interference. It's going to send him 6 yards ahead. So that's the spot of the foul. Yeah. I mean, he wouldn't have caught it anyway. That's the only argument against it, but take the 6. Doesn't matter. It wasn't 15. Just take the penalty. Don't argue about it. He did do something. So from their own 40-yard line, fresh set of downs for the Eagles. Hurts under center. A lot of motion. And there's somebody jumped. It's either Jordan Mailata again, or the Packers D lineman who may have just, it was false start on Mailata. So this has happened a few times this season where a D lineman has been a few yards off the line and has jumped forward onto the line, but does not enter the neutral zone or jump off sides or anything. He just moves forward to the line, which then prompts a flinch from the offensive lineman, which brings up the false start here. So 1st and 15, basically neglecting that pass interference penalty. 1st and 15. Smith in motion. Handoff Barkley. Barkley tries to get to the outside. He's got some running room. He's got the first down and more. That's a 20-yard run from Saquon Barkley. They really want to get his wheels turning here. There's a flag that's coming back for offensive holding on Brett Toth, and the Eagles are going in the wrong direction. Their foot now has multiple holes in it, bullet holes, because they're shooting themselves in the foot quite a bit now. Let's see it. Yeah, I mean, that's holding. Can't do that. Yeah, it's 100% holding. So 1st and a track and field track. Just a track, really. Or a track and a field. I'm not, whatever. First and 25. Barkley's like, I just ran all that way just to get it knocked off. So first and 25, Smith in motion. Handoff to Bigsby. He'll get 5. So second and 20. So Eagles taking it in chunks now just to get back to reasonable range. Yeah. Speaking of chess, should play another chess game. Just kidding. I don't want to do that ever again. It's too distracting. Second and 20. Devonta Smith in motion. Play action. It's a screen over to Smith. And Smith gets brought down after a gain of 9. It's third and 11. That is a good message. Oh, that's funny. I saw that. I was reading it over here, and then I was thinking about it while calling the play. I'm like, oh, that's so funny. What happened there, babe? Just keep watching. Third and 11. All right, 3rd and 11 from the 39, from their own 39. Parsons comes forward. Hurts steps up. He's under pressure. He's gonna take it himself. He's got no chance. It's gonna be 4th and a little bit. So the Eagles will be punting this one off. Like, why did it take them 5 minutes to go 6 yards? 3 to go 3 yards. That is funny. 4th and 7. And it is a solid punt. Dude, there's holding. Holding on the receiving team. Number 36. Back him up. That should be holding on the Packers. It was like holding. Oh, kicking team. You sure? Are you sure?
Now they're saying it's against Philadelphia. So
really?
They said against Green Bay. Now they're going Philadelphia's way.
Like me too.
Where he wants the penalty to be assessed.
Holding Philadelphia number 7. Green Bay has elected to enforce the penalty at the previous spot. 3-play 4 down.
Okay. So they're going to make him re-punt because of a holding penalty. And this drive keeps getting harder to explain. It's like it's holding on the Packers. No, actually, never mind. No, it's holding on the Eagles. And LaFleur decided he gets to choose where he wants to take the penalty. So he took it. So he wants to make the re-punt basically from a better position, which, yeah. So they can just take it there, and they're going to re-punt, and we'll see where the other team ends up with the ball after this. Should we go out to dinner? Yeah. 4th and 17 for the Eagles. And Braden Mann, a little bit worse of a punt, a lot worse of a punt. Actually, it's scooped up by Dobbs, who's going to get it to the 33-ish. 32, where the Packers, Dobbs looks hurt. He was limping a bit backwards, wasn't he? We're at the 2-minute warning now. Here in Lambeau Field, the frozen tundra starting to ice up a bit. It's just under 32 degrees Fahrenheit. A minute 54 to play until halftime. Both teams are ice cold. But will the Packers warm up here? Forget everything and take Khalid. Honestly, awful game. No, I'm kidding. It's been a good game. Just no scoring, no offense. I'm taking off the headset. I've had it on for a while. Ugh. All right. What we got? The cheese. That's weird. That's weird. All right, so. Whoa, wait, I can look up Green Bay GB. So I accidentally clicked something on ESPN. It says ball on, the part where it says ball on Green Bay 31 or whatever. And it abbreviates it to GB. See what the dictionary has to say about that. GB, abbreviation 1, Great Britain. It's got some tie over England. And number 2, computing gigabytes. Gigabyte, abbreviation GB, noun, computing. A unit of information equal to 1,000 million 10 to the 9th power, or strictly 2 to the 30th power bytes. GB, abbreviation, computing, gigabits. Gigabit, abbreviation, GB, noun, computing. A unit of information equal to 1,000 million 10 to the 9th power, or strictly 2 to the 30th power bits. There we go. Telling us all we need to know about the Green Bay Packers. Oh, the new Oxford American Dictionary. Let's see if they got anything new. Any other information? No, they just kind of spell it out more for us. The Oxford German Dictionary. Yeah. We were in Germany. All right, we'll get there after this play. 1st and 10. Jordan Love's only completed 2 of his passes today for 12 yards. He's got more rushing yards than passing yards. Love rolls right, not anymore. He completes it, and he'll be out of bounds for a gain of 8. That's Luke Musgrave. GB equals Great Britain. Gigabyte, noun, computing, gigabyte. Neuter, which is apparently noun. Sounds like something totally different. Yeah, pretty much all it says is England. Hand off to Josh Jacobs for 5 yards up the middle for a first down to their own 45-yard line. When they get to Philadephia, we're going to figure out what PHI means from the new Oxford Dictionary. Career-long field goal for Brandon McManus. Only 12 yards. And Jacobs gets to midfield before he's taken down by Nakobe Dean. Packers still have all 3 timeouts. So do the Eagles, actually. So it'll be interesting to see the clock management between 2 very good coaches, Nick Sirianni and Matt LaFleur. Minute to play here in the first half, 2nd and 5. Love to throw. Under pressure, Love steps up. He gets away. He's going to run it himself. Jordan Love's going to get the first down and into field goal range. And he gets out of bounds to the Philadephia 41-yard line. Search for a prime minister's height, and it gave me their height. That's funny. Wait. Here we go. Look it up. We're going to get to 5. Oh, yep, that makes sense. We're going to hit New Oxford American after this. That does make sense. I should know that. 1st and 10 with 51 seconds to go. They're a yard past field goal range. Just no going backwards if you're Green Bay. Play clock's at 3. Love. He's under pressure. He's going to throw it over to Jacobs, who makes a nice move and gets 9 yards. And they're saying he's out of bounds. Sorry, wait. Got a little recoil, man. Ugh. All right. Who's our kicker today? Isn't it McManus still? You guys fire him? Apparently we're going to commercial. Oh, timeout Green Bay. Yeah, that makes sense. So he wasn't, in fact, out of bounds. LaFleur called his timeout. Kicker for the day, yeah, it's Brandon McManus. All right. Oh no, they got rid of Fee. Oh wait, here we go. I got it. All right. Phi. Noun. The 21st letter of the Greek alphabet, translated as PH. Phi, followed by Latin genitive, astronomy, the 21st star in the constellation Phi Eridani. Phi is also a plane angle. Phi, a polar coordinate often coupled with theta. Origin Greek. There we go. It's a good one. Oh wait, the original one has actually more to say about it. The 21st letter of the Greek alphabet, Phi or Phi, translated as F, or in modern Greek, F. So Phi, I said Phi earlier, it's F. I should have known that too. Followed by Latin general astronomy, Phi, the 21st star constellation, Phi, yeah, blah, 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 theta. Woo, cool. Yeah, there we go. And of course, oh wait, no, nothing. Ooh, look, fascinating Fibonacci's. I approve. No, it's got something to do with it. I should know it, honestly. And it does at the very bottom say sports, Philadelphia Eagles and Philadelphia 76ers. So they got that one. Though they may or may not have forgotten about the Philadelphia Flyers and Phillies. Apparently, Phi is also something in HIPAA. Okay. The things the more you know, man. So Lane Johnson, we saw him. He's heading to the locker room with a leg injury. I assume he's out for this one. Looks like he's getting carted out on like a snowmobile. Yeah. Okay. that was a fun sight. All right. So Lane Johnson's questionable return. He's officially questionable with an ankle injury. 2nd and 1 for the Packers. From the Philadelphia 33-yard line. Love throws sideline. It is caught by Romeo Doubs and out of bounds. There's a little bit of tangle on the Eagles sideline. Dory Jackson went down with the defender. Let's see. Did he catch it? Yeah, pretty cleanly. So at the end, Jackson goes down, topples one of the members of staff. On this drive, Jordan Love is 4 for 4 for 27 yards. Coming into this drive, he was 2 for 6 for 12. 38 seconds to play. From the Philadelphia 27, Packers trying to put an exclamation mark on an otherwise unimpressive half. Eagles bring pressure. Love steps up. He's got nowhere to go, and the Eagles bring him down. He doesn't lose much, but Nolan Smith gets the sack. So timeout Green Bay. Their second of the half. Nakobe Dean came in with the initial pressure. He bull rushes down the middle, forces Love to step into one, and then Jalen Carter makes a nice move as well. Just a good team effort by the Eagles, all staying in their lane in order to take down Jordan Love. There was an injured Packer on the play. I will figure out who this is. That is Elton Jenkins, the guard for the Packers. Let's see what happened to him here. It looks like another one of the most common. Yeah, it's so painful. You're such a big guy and you get rolled up on like that. It's hard. I've already seen it twice today. It happens far too often. So in the game for the Packers now, it's not, that's their center, Elton Jenkins. So he's been playing center. He's normally a guard, but he's center this year. So the Packers have someone snapping because their backup center is injured. Jacob Monk. Donovan Jennings is injured as well. So we might see Sean Ryan as the center, or maybe Anthony Belton. We will find out. This drive for the Packers, 7 plays, 41 yards, and only a minute and a half off the clock. The Eagles are receiving the second half kickoff, so no hopes in double dipping for the Eagles, or for the Packers, or Eagles, actually. 75 is the new center. I'll get you that number in a minute. It's a good snap. Love under pressure. He's taken down. He fumbles. It's Eagles football. And Jordan Love lets it slip out of his hand. There is a pile. I'm pretty sure it's Eagles football. It looked like Eagles football. He just loses it. Nakobe, I don't know what he was trying to do. It's like he tried to throw it, but he just loses it. And Nakobe Dean had the sack. I don't know what was going through Jordan Love's mind as he pulls it up. The ball comes out. We'll see whose football it is. It's Eagles football. That's a turnover. And the Eagles stop the Packers. And guess what? They got 23 seconds and 3 timeouts. Whoo, double dip. Maybe I was wrong in saying that no one could double dip. Nakobe Dean turns the tide. That's the second turnover by either team in opposing territory. Once he said no chance to die, yeah, no, that didn't age well. Is it Jalen Phillips who recovered the fumble? My guy, dude. Jalen Phillips. My guy. Covering the fumble. Come on. Yeah. Come on, Jalen. That's my guy. I don't care where he's at. That's Miami right there. Born and raised. And trained for that matter. Hurricanes, Dolphins. That's where he started. That's his origins. So now the Eagles have a chance to potentially get a field goal before halftime. The new addition, Jalen Phillips, recovered the fumble forced by Nakobe Dean. Throw Jacobs just dropped him this time. Yeah. Elton Jenkins being carted off. By the way, the backup center was Sean Ryan, as I said. 23 seconds here in the first half. Eagles don't need that far. Parsons brings pressure. Hurts rolls left. He's going to take it himself. He's going to get 4 yards before he's pushed out of bounds. Keep him fighting for it, though. I don't. He needed to take the sack. You got your timeout left. You're already in field goal range. You're just risking too much. There was a late hit there on Hurts, by the way. That was a seriously late hit by Carl Brooks on Jalen Hurts. Eagles fans. Knowing Eagles fans, they're yelling at their TVs right now. Hurts is 7 of 11 for 48 yards on the day. 2nd and 6. Hurts to throw. He throws towards and Smith just can't reel it in. And it would have been almost good enough to get into field goal range. So it brings up 3rd and 6. It was a good throw by Hurts. It was a timing route that was just a little bit too quick. Hurts was feeling the pressure a bit. Keeson Nixon was in coverage. Nixon's done a really nice job today. I feel like we say that every game that I'm commentating on with Keeson Nixon. He's covering people well. 3rd and 6 now for the Eagles. Last chance to get into field goal range likely, or second to last chance. They run the ball. Come on, y'all. And 4 seconds left. With 4 seconds left. Surely it was the Packers. It was the Packers, yeah. So Matt LaFleur takes his 3rd and final timeout. Like, let it never be said that I don't call my timeouts. So the Eagles, they're not going to score here. It's 4th and 4. They're going to have to punt it away. If you call fair catch, maybe you get a Hail Mary or a try for a good return, maybe a little pitchy woo-woo. Oh, no, I don't like it. Interesting. Well, there's you guys, Troy Aikman, Joe Buck, 2 of the legendaries in the business. I approve. Still, come watch me if you can. Appreciate it. Eagles have outgained the Packers by 50. So on 4th and 4, the Eagles take it themselves. And Love sends one to the stands, and a Packers fan catches it. So it's halftime at Lambeau Field. It's the first scoreless first half on Monday Night Football since 2009 between the Browns and the Ravens. That's insane. I wasn't watching football in 2009. That's crazy. Wow. All right. Let's see what Nick Sirianni has to say.
Having a little bit too many penalties. Get behind the sticks a little bit, not converting on third down. We got to play a little cleaner football.
If Lane Johnson can't make it back, what impact could that have on them?
Obviously Lane's a great player, but we got a lot of confidence in Fred.
Thank you.
All right, Lisa, thanks.
So they showed a prompt on the screen there. It said as the first. That's really funny. They have to climb upstairs to get to their locker room. That's pretty funny. All right. Anyway, as I was saying. First scoreless half from the Eagles since Week 3, 2024 against the Saints. I remember that game. It was last year during their rocky start. So we got two really good defenses going at it right now. Turnover by each team, both in opponent's territory. Neither quarterback has surpassed 50 yards. Neither running back has surpassed 40 yards. It's been a very defensive game. And ESPN probability, this is like one of the straightest lines you'll ever see. The highest at any point it was 57.7% in favor of the Eagles. Oh, wait, actually, never mind. No, never mind. The Packers dipped down 62. Sorry, didn't see that one. It just doesn't look as deep because it was briefer. It was like 62 when they got to the 20 and then like back up to 50. So right now it's like 50-50. Banana peels on the stage. So we got, it's a defensive battle right now. Both teams playing well in the trenches. Both teams losing offensive linemen. Lane Johnson and Elton Jenkins. But it's been a game of defense. Truly. So both quarterbacks have a fumble. Of course, the early Hurts fumble. Oh, the Eagles are 4-1 in their games against the Packers, last 5. The Packers are 11-2 in their last 13 Monday Night Football home games. They've won 6 consecutive. Cool. The Eagles are 10-2 in their last 12 games against the NFC North. They've won 8 consecutive. The Packers are 6-2 in their last 8 home games, 3-1 this season. There's some good vibes in this game, I will say. It's 0-0, but both these teams they're legit. Of course, in about 10 minutes' time, the Eagles will be receiving the second half kick. Meanwhile, I wanted to Google. Has there been a 0-0 tie? I believe the answer to that is no, but I will look for it. In the NFL. Oh wow, I was really low. I was really wrong. Wow. There have been 73 games in professional football history that have ended in a 0-0 tie. However, there has yet to be a scoreless tie in the Super Bowl era. So, we're going to go with no. So I'm going to say no. It doesn't really count. So the last time it happened was between the Giants and the Detroit Lions in 1943. 5 NFL games in history have finished with a score of 2-0. This was by Pro Football Network 12 minutes ago. Which means they were on this before us. They were like, wait, has no one read about this? Marco was there a minute ago, and everyone was thinking about this. That's really funny. I guess everyone's thinking it. They're just like, they're both playing really well. Hey, I mean, I'm here for it. You know, it's like best game of the year right here, 0-0 tie. Cool. Has a team had more than one time this season? I believe the answer is yes to that, actually. I think the Texans did it a few years back, 2016. There might have only been one. I don't know. Let me see. Ever tied twice in the NFL? All right. Yes, in the same season, but it hasn't happened since before the overtime rule was. Okay, so none of this counts. The overtime was introduced in 1974, so nothing counts. Just forget it. Just doesn't count. Anything before 1974 just doesn't count. So the Packers were one of 4 teams to tie twice in 1973. So in 1973, 4 teams tied twice. So they got sick of it and they changed it and they added overtime. They're like, okay, we need a new rule. They're showing Dolphins Bills highlights. It was such a good game. It was so satisfying. Yeah, that year the Packers finished 5-7-2. The Browns finished 7-5-2. The Broncos were 7-5-2, and the Chiefs were 7-5-2. The Packers were the worst of the 4 teams with 2 ties. So the answer is yes, but not since the overtime rule was introduced. So same answer as the other one, really. 6 minutes left. I'm going to wait for 5, and then I'm going to go refill my drink. Then we're going to get started for the second half. Gasp. Have a chance to make history. That we do. Showing clips from Jonathan Taylor's historic game in Berlin. They were just showing clips of the 1936 Olympic Games in Berlin, Germany, which was wild. I mean, all the stories from that Olympics, if you haven't heard about it, it was crazy. There's a really great story about an African, he was African. He was a part of the Zimbabwe national team. He was a long jumper, and he was struggling to make the jumps because he was so nervous because he saw there was this, because this was the time during the Nazi party in Germany, and he was getting stared at by a tall, blonde, blue-eyed German who was just staring at him during his long jump, and he was also participating, and he was the German national. He's just looking at him, and he was so nervous that he got disqualified in his first 2 jumps. He got penalized on both of them. And then on his third one, he needed to get like a score above 17 to win, to stay in the long jump. And the German came over to him, and he was shaking. He was so nervous. And then the German came up to him and said, "You just have to aim a little to the left and jump off a little sooner, aim lower, and a little to the left." And then he introduced himself. And that was the moment that led to that Zimbabwe national finishing with a medal in the long jump for that one, just because of that act of goodwill from that German. So it was a crazy Olympics politically, but there's some good stories that come from it. So definitely one worth remembering. 1936. If you don't know any of the stories, go check them out. They're really cool. And that was just a really nice story that's always stuck with me. I'm like, that's the kind of thing you can do just by, saying, "Hey, nice to see you." Like, I mean, he was scared of him. Just comes over. He says, "Hi, here's what you can do a little better. Mind if I give you a tip?" And they're like helping people. You can't ever go wrong. Can't ever go wrong helping people. All right. I'm Steve Brown. Now you think about that. All right. That's a joke like 0% of the people will get. Maybe. I doubt it. I'm going to refill my drink. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Bye. First half highlights coming to you as the second half is about to get underway at Lambeau Field. If you missed my epic rant just now, I encourage you to watch it back. It was pristine, probably my best rant of the season, honestly. If you looked away, that's your fault. If you didn't hear it, shouldn't have left the room. So here we go, second half from Lambeau Field. The frozen tundra, it's not quite so frozen, but it's getting chilly. Right now, it's just the brisk tundra. Here's Matt LaFleur on the sideline. 83 yards for the Packers, the fewest of any half the season.
Yeah, just keep playing. That's what we talked about coming into this thing. It's going to be a fourth-quarter fist fight. This is what happens sometimes when you play good teams, and that's a really good team over there.
Thank you, Matt LaFleur, for telling us nothing we didn't already know. We're back underway here in Green Bay. Is that Lane Johnson? Is he okay? I think that's Lane Johnson. It is. So the Eagles have their starting lineman back at it. And this one will be returned by Will Shipley to the 29-yard line, where Jalen Hurts and the Eagles offense will attempt to put the first points of the game on the board. I'm going to sit back down. We'll stand up for the fourth quarter. So, good first quarter, good defensive battle. Back, you say something? I had an epic rant, my guy. I had an epic rant. You missed it. It was like, I came back, crazy rant. Absolutely incredible. And Lane Johnson is also back for the Eagles. Yeah, you might just want to wind back to halftime just a little. That little second came back, incredible rant, absolutely phenomenal. It's probably my best of the year, really. First and 10 handoff, Saquon Barkley. Barkley's got a nice little run to about 8 yards, I would say, 7 yards, 2nd and 3. Coming up for the Eagles. I'm kidding. You don't wind it back. It's not worth it. I'm kidding. Don't do it. Stay in the present. Why you always living in the past, man? The Eagles are 10th in the NFL in points per game this year, but they've only got 0 tonight. The Eagles' offense in general has been meh, but that's the one aspect that they're doing pretty well in is scoring. They have decent red zone efficiency as well, but they're just not getting to the red zone. A.J. Brown's got 2 receptions on 2 targets tonight for 13 yards. It's play action. Hurts is going to try and get it down with a little bit of dink and dunks. So he hits Dallas Goedert for a gain of 5 and a first down. I mean, hey, if that's how you're going to move the ball, that's how you're going to move the ball. If you're just going to dump it down, just dump it down. If that's how you're going to win, that's how you're going to win. At this point, that's how you're going to have to win. Against a defense that's playing this well, when your offense just can't get anything going, this is what you have to do. Just short passes. Don't get greedy. Hurts, play action. Hurts throws deep. He got greedy, and it pays off. He gets Dallas Goedert for a gain of 22 and a first down. And a strike by Jalen Hurts gets them into Packers territory. Really good throw. I mean, he just parked himself right in the zone there between the 2 defenders, and Hurts delivers on point. Goddard's 3 for 35. Hurts throws deep again, and this time he misses Grant Calcaterra. I mean, he was there. He had him again. A little more accurate, he would have had him. Calcaterra just kind of similarly, he just slips through. Good move on the linebacker. He's in the zone. He's open. Just overthrown by Jalen Hurts. Yeah, he just missed him. 10-yard throws today. He's only got 1 completion. That was the 22-yarder to Goddard a moment ago. A.J. Brown. He'll go in motion. Hurts, handoff Barkley. Saquon Barkley with a full head of steam. He's going to get it 6. 6? All right, whatever. 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4. That was easily 8. Like 6-yard gain. A terrible spot. Third and 3 for the Eagles. They gave him an extra yard on top of it. Good. Honestly, I mean, they're like 6 yards. Kidding? That they only gave him 6. I don't know why they're saying 3rd and 3. He's 4 yards off that yellow marker there. Play action. It's another short throw to Goddard. We saw that on the first play of the drive, and it works again here for another first down. It's 8 yards to Goddard. And the Eagles are moving the ball with cheap shots. They're trying to go short so they can open up the big. It's the same play design. It's just a play action and then the toss outside to Goddard. Goddard, he's caught 4 of his 5 targets for 43 yards. Eags? That's crazy. Don't let any of the Eagles fans hear you call them that. 2 seconds left on the play clock. They get it off. Hurts steps up, rolls to his left. Hurts is going to take off. He's going to get 6 yards. 2nd and 4. And the Eagles are in the red zone. That is a sentence we haven't heard today. See Micah Parsons up on my ladder, and he steps up, forces him to step up. And that's the thing we've seen a lot of today, is that Mailata against Parsons, Mailata hasn't really let him get through him. He's let him go around him, which has given Hurts enough time to step up and roll to his left. Hurts, handoff, nowhere for Bigsby. Taken down for a loss. Quay Walker blows it up. 3rd and 7. I'm yawning already, man. It's like the second half starts and I get tired. Nothing wrong with Eags. Don't say that in Philadelphia. You will get murdered. If you're gonna call them anything, you gotta go Eagles or Birds. Say the Birds are heating up. They like that. Eags, they're like, what did you say? It's like I know someone who dared to wear a Cowboys jersey in Philadelphia. I'm surprised they're still here today. It's the same deal. Don't call them Eags. But Deathwish? The Squawky. Sound like the Toucan Sam. Yeah, the Squawkies. Oh, that's funny. They're going to call a delay a game on the Eagles. They just didn't get the snap off. One time I wasn't watching the play clock. It's going to be delay a game. It's going to be 3rd and 12. The Eagles are no longer in the red zone. There was just miscommunication on the line. Center wasn't paying attention. Yeah, there was just a miscommunication. So 3rd and 12. See what Kevin Patullo has dialed up. You know, Jalen Hurts' mustache looks just a bit drawn on, to be honest. And off Shipley. What? It's 4 yards. Maybe 4th and 8. Didn't love that play call. I mean, you finally got momentum. And you're just basically settling for the stall. Saying, fine, whatever. Just take the 3. I don't know why you would do that. Be a little aggressive on 3rd down. So Jake the Make Elliott, is going to try and snap our 0-0 tie. We'll see if he can. He's 90% from field goals in his career. 2 for 2 on the season from 30 to 39. And this one is right dead center. We have points. Ladies and gentlemen, stand up. We have points. 3-0. Eagles have the lead. Words we never thought we'd say. We have points. All right. Good. Finally. So crazy. Like, I was not tired until I went downstairs and I came back up. All right, let's talk around the NFL. Let's go back to the Dolphins. How about Mike McDaniel harnessing his inner troll out there as the 3rd largest upset in the NFL this season. Largest home upset for an underdog this season over the Bills in their 30-13 win. After the win, a photo circulated on social media of the Dolphins head coach driving by the Elbow Room. This is a hot spot for Bills fans, and it was also the Florida Panthers Stanley Cup celebration site. We're at that popular bar over in Sunrise, adjacent. Sunrise adjacent. It's like nothing good's in Sunrise. So McDaniel, he had his driver's side window down with his left arm hanging out the vehicle and had a pair of sunglasses on. When he was asked about reporters Mondays whether it was him in the photo, McDaniel wouldn't confirm nor deny his whereabouts. That's why I like the good old days, the throwbacks of yore when you could trust the internet and the images because it's pretty detailed, right? I live in that area, but AI, right? I live in that area. AI is real. That's what I got for you. That's funny. Love that. I mean, You know what? He went from being like the most hated guy in South Florida. They beat the Bills, then he trolls the Bills fans, and everyone's like, "That's my man. That's my coach." You know. I've always liked him. For the record, I'd like to say that I've never had an issue with Mike McDaniel. I've had an issue with Chris Greer. I thought they were going to fire him because he doesn't have a very good culture in his locker room, which is one thing. He's a good play caller. I like him as a person as well. He just doesn't have the locker room control that he needs to, win. But his boys came out to play against Buffalo, so good win for the Dolphins. Looking forward to the game against Madrid. We'll see. I'll do a little preview of that game and the content that I'll be doing later. This will be returned to the 27-yard line before he is stopped abruptly. Designing success. The Eagles. They've been mixing in some blitz packages today, or rather, some not blitz packages. They've been pretending to rush multiple, and instead, they're backing out. Or in some cases, they rush 4, and then one's pretending to be a spy, and he comes on down, forces a fumble there. So the Eagles have been mixing up their defensive scheming in true Vic Fangio fashion, aggressive but old school. Love's been sacked 3 times tonight on 6 pressures, and he's got that fumble as well. Love to throw. He's pressured again, rolls up, and he delivers to Christian Watson, his first catch of the day. There's going to be a flag, however, and I think this one's coming back. We'll see. Actually, never mind. Looks like it's going to be on Philadelphia. Holding defense. Yeah, it's on the Eagles. So that's going to be declined. So first down, Green Bay. We get a good drive here. Good answer. All right. We'll see. I'm looking forward to the second half action. We want some fireworks. We got our defense. All right. Let's see the fireworks. A little sidearm there by Jordan Love. I see you. Little lineman shift there. They've done that a few times. Shift to one lineman over and a tight end. They're running jumbo package here, so it's a run. And it will be to Jacobs, who's got a little bit of a hole. Will get 4 yards to the Philadephia 49-yard line. The Eagles, they're flying steady in their division right now. They're 3 games up on the next best team. With a win here, they're up by 4. They're soaring their way to yet another NFC East victory. This is cool. Cool stat. Just to know, this will be like the first time any team has ever won the NFC East back to back to back in years. Like since the turn of the century. Love, handoff, Jacobs, almost blown up, and he'll manage to get 3 yards, bring up 3rd and 3. Meanwhile, the case is not the same for the Green Bay Packers, who probably are in the toughest division in football, with the worst team being 4-5, and that's Minnesota, and things are looking up for them with J.J. McCarthy back. Chicago and Detroit have 6 wins each, and the Packers are pretty much only here because of their tie. Against Dallas? Yeah, it's Dallas on Sunday Night Football. 40-40 tie. It was Dallas, right? Somebody. 3rd and 3, play clock's at 1. Oh, I would call the flag. They didn't. And the Packers are going to get a first down. There's a little bit of a delay of game. Dontavian Wicks, meanwhile, makes the grab. They're going to give him the first down. So the refs they're allowed a second, but it was like a solid 2 seconds. Gave him a bit of breathing room there on that. First and 10. Musgrave in motion. Handoff. Jacobs. Nowhere to go. Jylix Hunt. Wow. He came right on through. And a beautiful, he just absolutely blew past his lineman. Like he just cuts inside and there's no one blocking him. Really nice play by Jilix, who almost punched a referee, by the way. Nice alertness by the referee. 2nd and 14. Heath in motion. Heath back in motion. Play clock's at 2 again. Play action. Love steps up with a lot of pressure. Bond's in chasing. He'll be taken down by Bond. So it's 3rd and 9. They're probably about to show us how wide open Romeo Dobbs was. He was very, very open in the middle of the field. See what Jordan Love was seeing? He just panicked. Yeah, he got a little antsy. So the pass rush is getting to him a bit. So if you accidentally punch her up, what happens? I would say flag. I think it's cause for ejection. Referees. Love to throw. Strike, but it's dropped. It was a great throw to Dobbs, but Dobbs can't reel it in. So it'll be 4th and 9. And the Packers are on the cusp a bit of a field goal. Yeah, so I think punching a referee just because you're not allowed contact with a referee, even if it's accidental, at most, it's ejection. At the least, it's unsportsmanlike conduct or taunting, whatever. Packers are going for it on 4th and 9. Play clock's at 4. Are they just trying to get him to draw offside? 1. Packers snap it. The Packers are going for it on 4th and 9. Pressure comes for Love. He throws over the middle. It's broken up. Phenomenal defense by Reed Blankenship. He was going for Bo Melton, and it was a good throw. And Reed Blankenship with a huge pass breakup. And the Eagles are going to get the first down. I think Bo Melton, he either dropped it or he was bracing too hard. And LaFleur is irate at the execution of that 4th down. I am surprised they went for that. I do not believe that was the right decision. You're in field goal range, and I don't know what they're thinking out there. Good everything but the catch. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't pretty. LaFleur's obviously not thrilled with his offense. Zootopia 2. That's so interesting. Zootopia is not the name of the movie in every country. Fun fact. Fun fact there. You can Google it, fact check me. But it's not the name in every country. They don't call it Zootopia in some countries. You don't trust McManus right now? Really? What did he do? What did he do to you? He's a good kicker. Because I'm not going to answer that. I mean, he's missed a few kicks from mid-range. He's fine. I would have kicked anyway. I mean, he's proven he's good enough. I want to Google it to see if there's actually a variety of countries that I don't know, actually. Wow. Yeah, so there's actually 3 different names for it. Other than I only knew of one of them. I only knew of that one because I know a couple people over in the UK and they were saying Zootropolis is coming out. I'm like, what? Zoo, what now? Like, so Zootopia, it's because of a Danish zoo called the Giftskud Zoo. They registered their name as Zootopia in Europe before the movie's release, meaning that in Germany, there's Zoomania, in France, there's Zootopie, and in England, there's Zootropolis, or in the United Kingdom. And there's Germany, there's a local author who authored a children's book called Zootopolis, so they changed it there. Interesting. All right, yeah. Anyway, there's something on that last one. I believe it was just a dump down that didn't work out. It's heavy pressure from the edge. Barkley swallowed, blown up from the get-go. That's Devontae Wyatt, and the Eagles are backed up big, as Barkley's got nothing going for him. He's having a terrible game. Both running backs are. Barkley's at 40 yards rushing. He has not a yard over, which is ridiculous for him. Third and 15. Hurts. Under pressure. Under a lot of pressure. He dumps it off to Shipley. Shipley is going to try and do it himself, and he'll be dragged out of bounds after a gain of 6. It's 4th down, so the Eagles will punt it away. True fans call it Zoopalooza. Really? I don't know. I've seen the movie 4 times, and I don't know. Is it really called? Who calls it? Oh, okay. I was I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. Because I'm kind of iffy of whether I liked it or not. Because we saw it 4 times. Because I actually got, back when the first one came out, we saw the debut. Oh, they roughed the punter. And this one's going to be a 1st down. Surely. No way they're going to get away with this. They got away with that. He roughed him. All right. Eagles fans probably a bit mad at that. Anyway, as I was saying, I was on a Disney cruise at that time when it first came out. So I actually saw it 4 times when it first came out before the rest of the United States saw it, because on Disney cruises you get early access to movies that come out. So I'm a little spoiled when it comes to cruises. Yeah, same for Thunderbolts. Just recently, the newest Marvel movie, we got slightly, we just got on board the day it released, so we got a little bit early showing. A little bit. Just a little bit. So that was fun. It was really cool to watch it with a Disney crowd too, because you're in a Disney crowd when they all react to stuff. So, normal people are just whatever, they'll laugh at the semi-funny parts, and then but if you're in a Disney crowd, it'll be ha 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 ha, that's so good, so funny. Then all of a sudden you just hear everyone, the gasp, audible gasp, and then there's the Minecraft movie people. It's 3 kinds of people in the world, really. Yeah, really. I so maybe use a few hours before, because they were doing the whole preview show thing. We hope you enjoy this presentation of Marvel's new movie Thunderbolts. Yeah. That was it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I get it. I did not enjoy that movie. I didn't get to enjoy it. I have no idea whether it was a good movie or not. I hear it's not. But I saw it. I have no idea if it was a good movie because people were too loud. Couldn't hear half the dialogue. I have no idea what's happening. The trade father. Make him a trade he can't refuse. Howie Roseman, he's got 98 trades since 2016. Howie Roseman's wearing his glasses. I got those. Deadline acquisitions this year: Jalen Phillips, Jair Alexander, and Michael Carter Jr. Howie Roseman, make him a deal he can't refuse. Jacobs finally gets a nice run. He'll get 11 yards. Yeah, don't underestimate the power of memes. Oh, Howie Roseman took his glasses off. He's the Eagles executive. He's the Eagles executive vice president and general manager of the Philadelphia Eagles. Jeffrey Leary. I'm pretty sure it's like Leary. I think it is. He's the chairman and CEO of the Eagles. Love Thunderbolts. Probably my favorite movie this year so far. It was so long ago, but it was a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. I think they did a really good job with it. Because, it was just really good. Love to throw, and he's got Wicks. What a catch in traffic. And Tavian Wicks jawing a bit back and forth with Makuba there. It's going to be a holding penalty on Cooper DeJean anyway, and it's declined. But Wicks pumped up after making a great catch. You want to curse right now? I wish. You would know about it. The room would look a lot nicer than this. You also can't really watch NFL on the cruise. Although I did watch the Stanley Cup Finals on the cruise. That was awesome. I liked that. I had fun. Went to the Irish pub and watched the Panthers win twice, lose twice. Love, handoff, Jacobs. There's a ton of Panthers fans there as well. I was pleasantly surprised. Like, oh, look how many fans there are. They were all having a good time. They were like, Jalen Phillips, Miami, man. Look at him. He's been pressuring since day one, minute one. He's been getting out of there. Look at this tackle. He's showing that Miami vibe. He's been getting constant pressure. He recovered the fumble. Good debut for him. Flexing on him. Got that Miami pride. Just forget about the uniform. That's my guy. Fantastic Four was good too. Yeah, I mean, that was a good movie. I think they did a decent job with Fantastic Four. I'm excited for Doomsday. Big Marvel fan. Hand off Jacobs. It's gonna get 4. It'll bring up 3rd and 4. It'll also bring us to the end of the 3rd and into the 4th. So when we come back, it'll be 3rd and 4, unless the Packers try and run a snap and ruin my clever statement. They only have 7 seconds. The ref's holding them. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Nope. 3 and 4. All right. So end of the third quarter, start of the 4th quarter. It's 3rd and 4 when we come back. Eagles have 3 points, and I wish I could say the Packers have 4, but they don't. They have nothing. 3-0 Eagles lead. 15 minutes left to play. Yeah, Fantastic Four was really good. I think they did a nice job with it. Same with Thunderbolts. Really. Thunderbolts was better, I found, but it was still very good. All the shows on Disney Plus so far have been meh, other than the movies. It's like Tales of Wakanda. I'm like, well, that was stupid. The entire time I'm like, is this relevant? It's not. Hint, it's not. Whatever show it was, I forgot the name of it. It was so bad. Oh, what was it? Ironheart. Ironheart was garbage. I hated Ironheart. Only watched it for Mephisto. Everything else was terrible. It's like, wow, bad. Mephisto, bad. Just went right back. Terrible show. She's just not likable. Which is the problem. Just as a character, Riri Williams is not likable. Nothing towards the actress. Just not a likable character. All right, before I keep talking about movies, let's talk a bit about Brian Daboll. He got fired earlier today. Joe Shine was retained. This was the wrong decision. I don't like Brian Daboll. I never have. I wanted to fire him last year and the year before that and the year before that. But it was the wrong decision now. Because if you were with Brian Daboll at 3-14, you got to be with them at a very respectable 2-7. Like, you finally got a quarterback who can, play football. No offense to Daniel Jones and all that he's doing in Indianapolis, but you got a quarterback who's got the mentality. You have a good running back once he comes back for injury. And now you fire a coach mid-season. Now he kind of has to. Giants win Super Bowl. They won't. Not with Mike Kafka. They don't have a chance. That one's not happening. So I think it's the wrong choice. They should have waited to the end of the year. Now Dart just has to learn a completely new system for no reason. Love, quick throw. He's going to come close. They're going to give him the first down. Quick throw to Dontavian Wicks, who's starting to heat up. But yeah, I don't agree with the call here. Shine was the one that needed to go more. I think it was the incorrect firing. I don't like Daboll. I never have. But it wasn't the time. He was doing fine. He actually finally had a decent year. And you fire him the 1 year he's actually looked kind of sort of good at times, and it was just not a correct call. As you see here, he's short of the first down. Eagles don't challenge it. Hand off Jacobs. He's going to get 5. That's my thoughts on Daboll. I don't agree with it personally. They're going to give him 4. 2nd and 6. I'm going to stand up again. Pardon the noise. Ooh, whoa. That looks bad. I think, is that Micah Parsons? No, that's Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs just has like a giant cut on his arm. Packers offense tonight, Jacobs has 82 total yards. The rest of the team only has 78. He hasn't even had that good of a game, which is the main issue. Play action. There's a free play for the Packers. They take advantage. Christian Watson inside the 10 and takes a big shot at the end. First down, Green Bay. I think that was a free play. Love looks a bit demoralized. Maybe I was wrong. I thought I saw them jump. Oh.
So Darian Kennard reported, and when that was covered up, and so that eliminates a 22-yard completion to Watson.
Wow, wait. I want to see it.
Yeah, right here. He's got to get off the line of scrimmage, and so, they have the right personnel in there. They're showing Ron at 2nd and medium.
All right. There was a illegal formation because he never got off the line of scrimmage. He announced himself as eligible and just didn't get off the line and continued to block, so it doesn't count. So eliminates that. I honestly thought Love saw free play because I thought the Eagles jumped a little early. I did think the flag was a little late, though, so. All right, 2nd and 11. That's painful. From the 40, play action again. Love throws. It's incomplete. Quinyon Mitchell, incomplete. Yeah, no flags. 3rd and 11. Backbreaking penalty on that one. Let's see if he got there a little early. It's Mitchell. He closed. There's a bit of pass interference there. He's got his arm around him. There's a little bit of pass interference. Just a little bit. Gonna be all right. Don't copyright me. Play clock's at 0. They're going to give him the benefit of the doubt again. Love He's nowhere to throw. He's got guys in his face. He's under more pressure, throws it away, and takes a big shot at the end. It's 4th down. At the 40, you got to kick it. Romeo, you got to take the field goal. Romeo Dobbs looks winded. Jalen Phillips, by the way. Man got pressure on that play. Let's see what happened to Romeo Dobbs here. He was open, kind of. And look at this. Phillips, he drops back and then comes in a late rush. And right here, he's got his chance to throw, but just really great job putting your hands in the air. And great pursuit from Jalen Phillips. They're punting. This is such a conservative kicking team. Like, take a risk. Packers, meanwhile, good save. Oh, what is he doing? Oh, my gosh. That was stupid. That was borderline idiotic. Wow. What are the referees saying here? Is this a safety? They're still discussing it. It was, I don't know what he was thinking. Ooh. Oh. All right. So our rules analyst explains it to us. His right foot was on the end zone, so it's a touchback. So it went from safety to down at the 1 to the 20-yard line. So the Packers, I'm sorry. I mean, the Eagles get bailed out a bit there, as I don't know what he was thinking. He picked up the ball, and everyone went, no! It's better to just be pinned at the 1 than to allow 2 points, and you have to give him the ball back. It's just not a smart decision. Special teams coordinator is going to chew him out for that one. Yeah, let's go back to talking movies. Ironheart, like, I didn't hate it. I didn't say I hated it. I just didn't like it. Like, I didn't enjoy it. I think it had a bad ending. I liked the villains significantly more than Ironheart herself. I didn't mind the actual main villain, and then Mephisto was cool. But I just didn't like her very much. Just the character, they made her very unlikable, very immature. But just personal preference, I guess. It's like, how much character flaw is too much character flaw? Kind of testing the border there. See, other movie that I really enjoyed, we saw Predator Badlands this weekend. It's actually the first Predator/Alien movie I've watched. Really good, actually. Really good. I really enjoyed it. Way more than I thought I would. Seriously. Go see it. If you haven't seen any Predator or Alien movies, Predator Badlands, that's the one to start. At least if you're new. Or if you're not, 18. If you can't get into R-rated movies, or you haven't watched a single Predator or Alien movie, Predator Badlands, phenomenal movie. You don't have to know anything other, the only relevant information is main character. He's the Predator. That's what they are. They're the Predator. I've seen them all. Wow, really? The suspense kept getting into danger, which is also funny. Yeah. It was more frustrating than suspense. I don't know what that was. It was really good. Go see them all. Wow. I know the cameraman has seen them all. He's the one who actually got me to go see it, because I'd never seen any of them. Because they're all rated R, and I don't sneak into R-rated movies. Like most people in my country, wink, wink. I don't sneak into R-rated movies. And Saquon Barkley, he gets 5 yards. Where he's taken down, 2nd and 5. I'm not 18. Just You should know those. I'm not there yet. Close, but not there. So this is the first one I could legally see, technically. So I watched it and I really enjoyed it. It was a really good movie. Even Mr. Cameraman, who's like hardcore alien predator, was like, yeah, it was pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. He's very mellow. He's like, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It was really good. I'll read that in a second. Shovel to Barkley. Barkley shoved out of bounds. 3rd and 6. Killer of Killers came out on Hulu earlier this year. That's right up there with Thunderbolts for me. It was animated. I think Badlands was really good. According to what the cameraman said, Badlands was better. He said it was the best Predator movie he's seen, probably. Right up there with the original. Like, he said it was really good. I haven't seen the rest of them, so I don't know. But he said, like, top 3 definitely, if not best. And he's been at it a while. he's seen all of them. Hurts, 3rd and 7. Actually, he said Barkley lost a yard on that run. Hurts takes the low snap. He's going to throw a screen to Barkley. Barkley's got a man to beat, a spin move, and he's in the open field. Barkley, the 40, and he's tackled at the 35. Saquon Barkley, a 41-yard screen. Incredible spin move. And that is what makes Saquon Barkley an elite running back. Great catch. What a move. And then just outrunning everyone with one blocker gets down to the 35. I mean, bye. Incredible run after catch there by Saquon Barkley. Now after that play, he's got 2 less receiving yards than he does rushing yards. Hurts throws really deep. He's open. Touchdown. Devonta Smith. The Eagles take a 2-score lead. A beautiful throw. 2 plays, 77 yards. Wow. Wow. Welcome back, Philadephia. Incredible. Once they get rolling, you're not stopping them. What a great throw and what a catch. And the Eagles with the extra point, 10-0. 1 minute, it's 3-0. 10 seconds later, the Eagles got 10 points. Saquon hitting the spin cycle. And Devonta Smith with a massive 36-yard touchdown reception. 10-0. Eagles have the lead. That just might be it, honestly. Remarkable. Wow. That was exactly what we needed to see. Just that one big play, and now we're at the point where it looks like the Packers might be a little too far gone because they haven't managed to get anything going on offense. That drive alone, Jalen Hurts racked up 77 passing yards. Phenomenal. That was really good. Originals, like 2 is disappointing on my list. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. You can keep talking about it, man. My cameraman, that's his department. He watches those. He likes Alien. I think he likes Alien more. He's never admitted to it. I think he likes the Alien movies more. His opinion on it's really funny. He's like, the Alien Predator movies, they're a great concept. I'm like, what do you mean by that? He's like, they're a really good concept with really bad movies. Like, that's really funny. But Badlands was excellent. Prey was the best quality sequel of its time. The release of Killer Cubs. It was excellent. I was surprised because I went in like, it's not my kind of movie. They're catering to a younger audience anyway. Younger than R. But there was I think there was one time when someone sweared once, and otherwise, it was clean. They got around the whole violence thing for the most part because all the blood was different colors. Alien versus Predator is actually PG-13. Really? I didn't know that. Interesting. I know it was the first PG-13 of the actual mainline Predator franchise. It was the first PG-13. But it was really good. They did a really nice job catering to the younger audience as well. They earned a lot of money from it. As it is, it's already the highest grossing Predator movie of all time. And second highest in the Predator Alien franchise, only to, I think, Alien Earth or Alien Reborn, something. I don't know. No, Alien Reborn or something. I don't know the names. There's one other that's higher by like 0.4 million, and that's it. But it did really well on opening weekend, and for a good reason. It's a really good movie. So I highly recommend go see it as soon as you can because it was good. It was one of those pleasantly surprised things. I was very shocked that it was as good as it was, but it was excellent. Yeah. Other movie I'm looking forward to this November. Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I'm really looking forward to that. Love the first two. Really excited for the third one. Hope it's good. 1st and 10 with 10.5 to go, down by 10. Number 10 hands it off to Josh Jacobs for 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8. Saquon Barkley talking with his offensive line saying, hey, we haven't been able to get going today on running game. We're managing, but you just see in Saquon, he's being a leader to those guys on the sideline. I haven't seen the first two, but magic tricks are kind of cool. You should watch the first two. They're available on, I will tell you in a minute. Love to Throw. He's going to hit, I think that's Heath. I think that's maybe Malik Heath or Bo Melton. Maybe Bo Melton. I don't know. Who's 16? Who's 16? Who's 16? It's going too fast. Click it. All right. Love to Throw. Underneath, he's got Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is taken down after a gain of 6. Number 16, by the way, is... No, I still have no idea. Is there even a 16? Who's 16? What's going on here? I sense foul play. What's going on here? He's a cornerback, technically. He's listed as a corner. Love to Savion Williams for 2 yards there. So the first two, I believe, are available on Paramount Plus. If not, they are certainly available on Peacock. One of the two. I know I watched them on Peacock this time, the most recent time around, but I'm pretty sure they're on Paramount Plus as well. But check both of them if you have both. Otherwise, look for it. Just Google it. But really good. I like them both. They're very cool. First one's like, what? It has one of the most iconic endings in cinema history. I'm willing to say that. Iconic ending. Where it's just like, are you kidding me? It's the most surprising plot twist imaginable, probably. Jacobs, a few moments ago, ran up the middle for 8 yards. I got a little distracted. I remember what we're here for. 1st and 10 to the 46-yard line. So at the Philadelphia 46, they have just over 8 minutes to play. Love to Throw. He's going to take Wilson on the dump down, and Wilson's tripped up for a gain of 2. 2nd and 8. Yeah, it's a truly, like, you wish you could follow the story, kind of. Like, what were these directors thinking? It's such a good, like, twist. Once you leave it, it has you hungry for a sequel, that's for sure. Sequel's pretty good, too. Oh, it's been a bit. Love throws sideline incomplete towards Bo Melton. Now I want to see it. Yeah. Now you want to see it. Now you don't. No. Oh. I used to know magic, you know. I used to do a few magic tricks. Not many, but I used to do a few. 3rd and 8. I used to entertain children with magic tricks. I was one of those people. Jordan Love on 3rd down today. He's 3 of 7 for 14 yards. Only 2 first downs. Love to throw. He's got a man. That's Dontavian Wicks. Dontavian Wicks is the guy right now for Jordan Love. Rightfully so. I think Wicks is a great player. I've always liked him since draft day. Him and Jaden Reed, I think, are just a really good duo, and the Packers have really suffered without Jaden Reed because he's just a dynamic wide receiver that's so underappreciated in this offense, to me at least. I think he's underappreciated. I feel like people don't go, oh, yeah, Jaden Reed's a great wide receiver. But the Packers' offense becomes three-dimensional with him in the game. 1st and 10 from the 34. Hand off to Savion Williams. It's blown up immediately by Brandon Graham. All right. In danger of missing the playoffs. Oh, the Packers will lose here. They're not. They're fine. They'll be fine. This is not a very concerning loss to me. The concerning losses were the Browns and the Panthers. The Giants is a big one. If they lose to the Giants next week, concern. They gotta win divisional games as well. That's big. If you win all your divisional games, you're fine. Love throws one over his shoulder. It's incomplete. Questionable. There's a flag. And he interferes. I was like, he kind of interfered. So this one's gonna send him inside the 10 on the DPI. Oh, yeah, okay, no, they did call. I was like, did he point the wrong way? Did I misread it? No, yeah, it's DPI. I was like, did he just call offensive pass interference? Oh, just got the directions messed up. Yeah, I wouldn't be worried. If the Packers can, win their division games, win the games they need to win down the stretch, they're fine. Not particularly concerned. Here's the deal in this game, though. The Packers can win. They just have to kick field goal at some point because they're down by 10 and their offense is not producing fast enough. Handoff Jacobs breaks 2 tackles. Can't break Zach Bond. He'll get 7, though. Jahad Campbell and Zach Bond on the tackle. Like, this game's nice to win if you're the Packers, but it's not necessary. Here's the deal. The Eagles have only run the tush-push once, so you can't even blame them for that. And off Jacobs. Josh Jacobs powers his way in. Is he there? Touchdown, Packers. And Lambeau Field gets the Packers' first score of the day as Josh Jacobs is going to run this one in. Let's see if he was down. No, that's a touchdown. I do believe. So the Green Bay Packers take to the scoreboard with 6 minutes left in the game. 5:49 to be exact. Took them long enough. And they basically need all the time they can get if they want to score another touchdown because this drive took them 5 minutes. Extra point from Brandon McManus is right down the middle. 10-7 in 55 minutes. See, not the best performance from either offense. Looks like it's coming down to the wire, though. 10-7. The Eagles have the lead, but the Packers, they're not going down without a fight. We had our first snow game this weekend. In Chicago, it was technically a snow game because there were flurries. It wasn't cold enough for them to stick, but it was snowing pretty consistently throughout. Oh, man. All right, yeah, 5:49 to go. Next week, next Sunday morning, the Dolphins host the Commanders in Madrid. I'm super excited. I think it's going to be so fun. I'm going to go to some of the Dolphins' activities, some of their campouts, their takeovers. They're blowing up giant TDs and putting them around Madrid, so I'm really excited to see them. They're painting some Velasquez stuff aqua just for fun. They're having aqua tour buses. They're painting Madrid aqua. I'm really excited for it. We're going to do all the events probably this Friday. So this Friday, we're going to do all the events. I might post something on Saturday about that. And yeah, just like, probably just, I'll talk for a few minutes, be like, here's me enjoying all of Madrid's activities ahead of the Dolphins game against the Commanders. And then it'll just be like salsa music or something in a slideshow. And maybe I'll have more audio in there of me somewhere. Like if I do the football throwing challenge, I'll show off my skills a bit, get out there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and the game as well. For the game, we're not going to be able to hear anything. So I'm not going to be able to talk any, but I'll record a bit. Definitely take a lot of pictures. I'm so excited. It's going to be fun. I'm going for the experience. The game's going to be terrible. I'm going for the experience. NFL's first game in Madrid. I'm so excited. It's going to be fun. So that's what we're going to do. Probably a post Saturday and then a post probably the following week, like Tuesday, Wednesday, just of the game stuff, like stuff we did at Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. Division leaders. Seahawks are in first place. Eagles second, Packers third, Bucks fourth. And then the wild card. Got the Rams, Lions, and that other team. The Bears. It's weird. At seventh. All right, this one's returned to the 28-yard line. Xavier Gibson. Game recap. We had game recap from literally 5 minutes ago. We had the big Devonta Smith touchdown in the fourth quarter, made it 10-0. Then the pass interference. And then, of course, the Josh Jacobs rushing touchdown makes it 10-7. So that's how we got here. Now, can the Packers defense stand strong? Lane Johnson's back in the game for the Eagles on a crucial drive. It's a low snap. Hands it off to Barkley, who's blown up by Williams. Evan Williams just shoots out of a cannon, and Barkley loses 2 yards. 2nd and 12. Lambeau Field, one can only assume, is on their feet right now for their defense. One could only assume. I don't know. Okay, it looked like they're standing. They're probably really loud as well. 2nd and 12 from their own 26. Yeah, they're being loud. I was right. Correct assumption. 5 minutes left to play. Play action. Oh, incomplete. A really good read by Keyshawn Nixon. Put it right in danger. Was that almost intercepted? It looked like it was almost intercepted. No, not quite. Nixon just kind of distracts Goddard a bit. Just for a second. Makes him lose his concentration. That was a completion. I thought it was an interception. So nice defense there by Keyshawn Nixon. Said that a lot, just in general with this Packers team. He's been a really good defender for them. 3rd and 12. Lambeau's a leaping. 12 frogs are singing. I don't know how the song goes, but there's a partridge in a pear tree somewhere. Low snap for Hurts. Hurts throws deep. He's got him. First down, Philadelphia. It's Devonta Smith, 16 yards. Jalen Hurts with a bullet. Look at Smith. We've seen this route before, but that's the first time it's been on target. Nixon's playing him in man. And honestly, good defense by Nixon, just really good route running by Devonta Smith. The best route run by Smith today by far. Great throw from Jalen Hurts as well. So first down at their own 45-yard line, 4:52 to play. Packers still have all 3 timeouts. So do the Eagles. Handoff, Barkley. Barkley gets 3, 2nd and 7. Evan Williams on the tackle. He's had a nice game. After the game, they're doing post-game. After the game, I'm doing sleeping. We got 4 minutes left. I'm going to sign off when the clock hits 0. And then there's no live stream next week, but we do have some Madrid content I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. The Packers, they have 2 losses when allowing 16 points or fewer, tied most in the NFL. It's crazy. Play clock's at 1. Eagles get the snap off, handoff. Barkley almost broke free. He was so close. Whew, that could have been bad. They're going to say 3rd and 2. He was a centimeter away. Tripping. They were a Micah Parsons away from a touchdown. He tripped him only slightly. Yeah, I mean, that was a Micah Parsons away from a touchdown. So that trade making a difference just on that play alone. Tush push. Oh, no, here we go. Yeah, I mean, 3rd and 2, it's a little bit big. But, hey, no better way to end the tush-push tussle than with the tush-push. We've only seen one from the Eagles. So Sirianni's going to call his first timeout with 3:21 to play, 3rd and 2. Give him some more time to dial it up. I don't know what that conversation was, but Sirianni looked like he was saying, go back out there. What are you doing? It's been a nice defensive matchup, but it's been a good game. It's been intense. 2 really good teams fighting it out. Next commentary, we either got Bills-Texans on Thursday Night Football or Buccaneers-Rams on Sunday Night Football. That's week 12. We'll see. I expect it to be Buccaneers-Rams, but we'll see. They're saying boo tush-push in the stands of the sign. They're not in tush-push formation. Barkley's lined up at fullback. Handoff Barkley. He's got the first down and a nice push in not tush-push fashion for the Eagles. And that's a first down. And Jordan Love can do nothing but watch. The Eagles have won this largely without the tush-push, which just makes it even more of a tough loss for the Packers, is that the Eagles were doing it and flexing on them at the same time. Just a bit. The Green Bay he makes it sound like they're eager. Give us a chance. The defense needs to step up a bit. Hurts, handoff Barkley. Barkley somehow slips through the cracks, gets 4 yards, and Matt LaFleur and the Packers call their first time out before the 2-minute warning. 2:33 to play. Second down and 8 when we come back from the Packers timeout. 10-7. Only 2.5 to go. Now, honestly, when was the last time we had a thrilling finish on games that I've commentated on? I don't think we've had one. Like a truly last-second game-winning drive. I don't think we've had one this year. I think it's been 10 weeks without one. We get like good games, but never great games. They save all those for Kevin Harlan and Trent Green. Hate those guys. No, I'm kidding. I love Kevin Harlan and Trent Green. Wow, 10 weeks already? Yeah. Season's almost done. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do this offseason. Join a podcast. That wasn't targeted towards anyone at all whatsoever. Sorry, it's a weird commercial. It's just like a ripped polar bear. Wow. Right. Packers' upcoming schedule, they have the Giants, Vikings, Lions, Bears, Broncos, Bears, Ravens, and Vikings. So Vikings twice, Bears twice, Lions once. Just with that alone, they could get 11 wins if they just win their division. Just win everything. And then they have easier games against the Giants. They got a couple of tough ones on there as well. Bookmark Broncos, Packers, and Ravens, Packers later on in the season. And as for the Eagles, they've had their work cut out for them from day one, which I will tell you after this play, 2nd and 8. Micah Parsons has 5 pressures for the Packers. Rest of the team only has 1. It's play action. Make it 6 pressures, and Hurts has to throw it away. As Parsons gets really good pressure on Hurts. And he forces the incompletion, which stops the clock. So the Eagles, they got the Lions and Bears still left on their schedule. Meanwhile, they have to play the Cowboys, Chargers, Raiders, Commanders, Bills, and Commanders again. And assuming they get the Commanders those 2 weeks there and the Commanders have Jaden Daniels back, they might have a little trouble there. Buffalo, of course, tough game, unless they're playing the Dolphins in Miami. Then they have the Chargers and, pretty much the Chargers. So the Eagles, they don't have an easy schedule, that's for sure. Hurts to throw. Incomplete, he overthrows him. No flags. 4th and 8. Wow. All right, so the Packers defense gets a huge stand. It's 4th down. Hurts is staying on the field. I'm not sure what happened there. He just overthrows him. It was a dangerous throw anyway. The Eagles are staying on the field. Is this just for the hard count? This could be it. I mean, this could be huge. I would pin them deep. You have no reason. No. All right, delay a game on the Eagles. Sirianni's not using his timeout. So they're good. I'm so sorry. So Coach Nick does not use his timeout, I don't think. No. They only have 2 timeouts. I don't know when they use their first timeout. They don't want to try a career-long field goal? Guess not. I would pin them deep as well. For the record, that's what I would do. I would try and get them at the 1, force an offense that's been frankly incompetent to go 99 yards in, 145 seconds. I did the math right. I didn't get the terminology right. Crazy. So Braden Mann. Ooh, it's going to be fair caught at the 10. 90 yards for the Packers. Potential game-winning drive. We got some action. We got some lights. We got some cameras. Lights, cameras, and we got some action over on our screens. It works out. 10-7 Eagles lead. Bad offensive game, but it's picked up here in the 4th quarter. We'll see if the Packers can drive all the way down the field. They have 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, and they need to go 90 yards. Drive of truth. I'm turning this off. I get it a little earlier here because this is behind slightly. So I get it earlier here, which is how I know some of the names and stuff. But I'm going to turn it off. I want to be completely surprised. You can go 3 and out and get it back. Yeah, maybe. Terrible throw. So it's kind of looking like you might go 3 and out. So he just misses Dontavian Wicks. I'm not sure what happened there. Miscommunication, perhaps. Thought Wicks was cutting in, Wicks cut out. And what a defensive game for both of these teams. Eagles 5-1 in 1-score games this season. That's the best in the NFL. An Eagles and Packers fan both recording, one in landscape, one in portrait. Like, my video's going to come out better. No, mine is. Love to throw. Under pressure. Hit as he throws. It's incomplete. It's 3rd and 10. And the Packers aren't moving. Love got drilled at the end of that one. You see, Nolan Smith, I believe that is, gets the big hit on him. He just comes right in, and it wasn't late. It was right on time. It interfered with the throw. Good pressure by Nolan Smith. Looks like you might go 3 and out. Third down conversions tonight. The Packers are 4 for 11 on fourth down. They're 1 for 2. This is definitely fourth down territory-ish. They might punt, but Love throws deep. He's got him. Good throw to Christian Watson to the 34-yard line. 2-minute warning. The Packers drive's alive. They've gone 24 yards on one throw. Whew is right. And the Packers are driving. They just got the 2-minute warning. 10-7, they're at their own 35. They got a distance to go, but it depends on how much they trust Brandon McManus. Looks like we got a close one. I'm ready. Let's go. Good commercial. By the way, McDaniel's comments about AI being real in his when they asked him about him trolling, it was definitely him in the car. It was him. He was like, hey, whatever. AI's real, you know. I was him going, did you troll Bills fans? AI, man, it's crazy. Oh, AI, it's everywhere. You never know. It's so good. I'm like, that's my coach. It's good. All right. Keep it in mind, the Eagles still have 2 timeouts left. Apparently, this thrilling end to a 10-7 game isn't waking me up any. It really does beg the question, how good am I at commentating when I'm not tired? I'm excited for the day when I'm in the States or whatever and I do a commentary and it's like, it's 4:25, everyone stand up, let's go, you know. See if I get better or worse when I'm not tired. Oh, that's a fun. What a day. All right, close this again. I want to see this. Blacking it out. Going in blind, I don't care. I know the players well enough at this point. 2-minute warning. Love to throw. Pressure coming. Tries to hit Jacobs. Falls incomplete. Good blitz by the Eagles. And Jalen Carter. Yes, I understand. Josh Jacobs kind of whiffed if he was trying to block someone. 2nd and 10, minute 56 to play. It's Heath in motion. Eagles rush 4. They got a free rusher in Phillips. Throws deep. Oh, it's incomplete. He was going for Dontavian Wicks. It's 3rd and 10 again. Minute 51 to play. The Packers are playing a dangerous game right now, as the Eagles' defense is locking down. Are we at the point where it's kind of like we have to? I think they are, really. They got to go for it. I think the goal is, I think this is 4-down territory, yeah. Just my opinion. I think you're at the point where your offense has been so bad that this is your chance. Like Alexa, 2. They snap it. Love They're playing for 4 downs. They're coming a yard short to Musgrave. It's 4th and 1. The Packers are trying to go hurry up. We've seen this before. The Eagles substitute to slow it down a bit. They don't go with the quarterback sneak this time. It's a pass. It's a handoff to Jacobs. There's flags. Jacobs is down. It's first down Philadelphia. We'll see the penalty. Jalen Phillips and Jalen Carter blew that one up. It looks like this might be a flag on Philadelphia, though. Let's see. If it's against the Packers, it's Philly's ball. What he said.
Green Bay, number 13, covered number 88. Going on the field was a fumble recovered by Philadelphia. This first down.
Jalen Phillips with the forced fumble, apparently. And the Eagles have the football. Let's see it. I'm not sure what happened. Doesn't matter. The Eagles take it. They got possession. Minute 26, up by 3. Packers only have 2 timeouts, which means with the most possible time, they're going to have 30 seconds. That is if they stop Philadelphia. Brutal. Did not see that coming, but Jalen Phillips, you're welcome. We take credit for that. And we're allowed to because we don't have anything else. Could that play have been worse? Not really. I didn't love the play call. There was an illegal formation on it as well. That was the penalty. It was on Dontavian Wicks, who lined up off the line. He was like, I did what? He was right next to the ref during the call, looking up, and he's like, number 13. He's like, that's me. That's honestly how I would react. If you're just a player, you're just playing the game, and then referee's just like, that's on number 4, and I just turn out, what? Like, I did what now? It's like when you're like in a public spot and someone calls your name, like, hey! And you're just like, what? Who said that? Number 13? What? It's like, what'd I do? Dontavian Wicks catching strays on a fumble. Oh, sorry. Thought I placed it down on the table. Placed it down on a Post-it note and it slipped off. Monsters play of the game. Was that just right now? Yeah. Monsters play of the game. Reed Blankenship, Jalen Phillips. Come on, Jalen. Yeah, hit him with it. The forced fumble. Reed Blankenship recovers. Eagles football. Welcome to Philadelphia, Jalen Phillips. Fun day football. Monday, December 8th. Oh, that's when they're doing that. Eagles Chargers. December 8th on Monday Night Football. Interesting. Cool. That's going to be the one we do. I'm going to have to make like Monsters University jokes. Got to watch the movies again. Saquon. He's going to get 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Timeout number 1 for Green Bay. Again, as I said, most time they can realistically end up with 30 seconds. And that's realistically. Might be worse than that, honestly. Here's the deal. Parsons has been getting pressure on Hurts just like I said he would at the beginning, but Jalen Hurts has done a phenomenal job of just escaping. Jordan Mailata as well has done a really nice job of just forcing Parsons to go up. He's forcing him up the field. Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown here. Jalen Hurts he's had a great game. See, just this pump underneath gets the safety Ballantyne to bite down on Brown's route, which then leaves a one-on-one on Devonta Smith. So that's one of the few times a pump fake actually works. 2nd and 8. Not a running back you'd rather have here than Saquon Barkley. Hand off to Barkley. Tries to bounce it to the outside. He's not going to get anywhere. 3rd and 7. Second time out Green Bay, or last time out for Green Bay. So, best case scenario, they end up with 40 seconds now. They actually did a really nice job. Probably 35-ish. So it's not over. It's close to over, but it's not over. Is LaFleur safe? I hear someone getting upset with him. He's fine. Packers fans are so dramatic. My Dolphins are 3-7, and we didn't fire our coach. You guys are 5-2-1. Jeez, what I would give to win a playoff game. If you fire him, we're taking him. Heard the same thing. People mad about Sean McDermott. I'm like, pfft. It's like, why are you angry? I was wrong with most teams. I'm like, why are you mad? You've won a playoff game in the last 25 years. Shut up. I want to hear it. You guys got nothing on me. And Barkley, nowhere. 1 yard. 4th and 6. They are in field goal range. So they're going to send out the kicking team. Barkley obviously wanted the first down. So I would send out Jake the Make Elliott here for the Eagles to potentially seal the game. Eagles are going to take this down to the very last second. So count down 18 seconds. 32. Oh, what are they doing? Stay disciplined. Stay disciplined, guys. Come on. Yeah, good job. All right. We all knew that was a hard count. Just don't jump. That was the big one. Eagles upcoming. Lions, Cowboys, Bears, Chargers, Raiders. Chargers on Monday Night Football. Maybe seeing them there. Who knows? That's an interesting game. It's one of those weird games that you see once in a blue moon. Could be fun. Yeah, that's a game that rarely happens. Eagles, Chargers, that's a cool one. I'm trying to think about who that is for the Dolphins. Who do we never play? And that is super rare that we do. And when we do, it's we never play them. I'd say probably Seattle is a really good example. The Dolphins never play the Seahawks. Once every, obviously once every 4 years, but we're very rarely in between. 4th and 6. They run a play. Hurts tosses one up. Incomplete. Okay. Strange play call. Very strange. I mean, he almost had it, which would have been ridiculous. But you just gave the Packers the ball. They should have kicked the field goal. Questionable late game management there by Nick Sirianni. I would have kicked the field goal. I don't know what they're doing. I don't agree with that. Okay. So giving the Packers a chance. McManus's career-long 61 with the Broncos back in 2018 when he was really good. Their own 35-yard line. Pressure coming from Phillips. Steps into one. Throws really deep. Incomplete. Oh, good defense by Andrew Mukaba. Anxiety at its finest. Now is in double coverage as well. He had a little bit of separation there. Good job by the safety, Mukaba, more than anything. Just getting up there, interfering with the catch. If he wasn't there, Watson might have been able to pull that one down. 19 completions, 30-plus yards down the field. That's second in the NFL over the last 2 seasons for Jordan Love. Here we go, 2nd and 10. Quick throw to Bo Melton. They're holding him down a bit. Oh, no, 10, 9. This is a long field goal. Snap it. They're at 5. Fellas, this is a 66-yard field goal. You're saying there's a chance. Philly's gonna ice them. Oh, man. If I have to stay up to watch an overtime between a 10-10 game, no, I'm kidding. This is going to be a crazy. Look at the wind, though. Ooh, got some bad wind. All right, people. Off your chairs. No way they took the delay of game, right? What just happened? Oh, Philly called timeout. All right. Sirianni's saying he didn't. Oh, they kicked it. He missed it. I'm not sure what's happening. I need to hear what Joe Buck's saying. Matt LaFleur says it's too long. Oh, no, they're gonna go. 5 seconds. One play. Nope. Didn't work. All right. They have 35 seconds to prep. Here goes Brandon McManus for the kick of his career. Probably. This is huge. Lead changing field goal for Brandon McManus in the final 2 minutes, 13 of 20. That is dreadful. This would be awesome. It would be crazy. He's got 13 seconds. Everyone stand up. I'm moving the microphone back because if he makes this 64-yard field goal attempt, the kick is so bad. It's over. The Eagles win 10-7. That was terrible. Bad snap, bad hold, terrible kick. Wow. The Eagles win. Missed it by that. 4th straight win versus the Packers, including the playoffs. The second longest streak in the 2-team series. Jalen Phillips has had a legendary debut for the Eagles. What a defensive standoff between these two squads. Both teams played really hard. Let's see. It was a bad snap. Whelan drops the hold, and McManus just shanks it. And Sirianni's pumped up for the Eagles. Wow. All right. So Philadelphia walks away with a victory. Saquon. He wasn't happy with how the game went, but he's happy with the result. And LaFleur knew it. He saw, if you can read lips, he saw it from the get-go there. And so that is ball game from Lambeau Field. Eagles 10, Packers 7. Really don't know if that was the best game or not. It was a good game. Pretty good game. No game-winning field goal. Terrible field goal, honestly. Worst attempt I've seen. Like, man, that was bad. Like, imagine the Cowboys or the Jaguars roll it up and everyone else is really scared. Cam Little. It was like, minutes before the game, the Packers trade for Cam Little, trade a first-round pick just so they can win, just so they can win games. All right. And a wild Week 10 ending, 10-7 Eagles lead. Week 11, we got no commentary. We do have Madrid stuff I'll be posting once, maybe at least once, probably twice, for the Madrid game between the Dolphins and the Commanders. See you all live in Week 12. The poll will be out the week following Week 11. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a great game, honestly. Good defensive battle. So the Eagles are 7-2, Packers are 5-3-1. See you all next week. Hope you guys have an absolutely incredible couple of weeks. Have a great time. God bless. Thank you guys for stopping by, and see you later. All right. Bye-bye.